The Blitz.
It is the Blitz on 1250 ESPN, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com. My name's Michael Jimenez, former Rock the Mic champion, joined by our reigning Rock the Mic champ, Quinn Hudson. Now, for those of you who don't know, we host the Sunday Sports Grill here on 1250 ESPN. We're filling in today for Jason Jimenez and Rob Thompson. Quinn, how you doing today, my man?
I'm doing outstanding on this nice Friday. We got a little sunlight mixed in with rain. We still got playoff basketball. So, you know me, I'm hyped right now.
Dude, what are you wearing?
I'm representing, baby.
You are wearing a big M.
Mavs fan for life. That's how we get down. Big game tonight. You already know what's going down. Luka time, baby. Luka, we trust.
Oh, yeah. We'll be talking a lot about that today. James Pledger is behind the glass producing this show, showing us his colors. He's got the purple and orange. What's that for, Pledge? That for LSU? What's the for LSU's purple and gold. What do you got?
Purple and orange.
Uh-huh.
Just took LeBron and sent him home.
Them Suns, baby.
Them Suns, baby. Devin Book.
Dude, Devin Booker just went off yesterday, and obviously we're going to be talking a lot about that. But the show's going on from 4 to 6:30. Normally the Blitz goes from 4 to 7, but we have Texas Rangers baseball coming on today, so we're going to get out of here, start the weekend a little bit early, get out of here at 6:30. But today we have lots to talk about today. Obviously, from the Sunday Sports Grill, if you listen to our show, we like talking not only sports, but kind of pop culture, nostalgic things that just kind of get us all excited, right? But on today's show on the Blitz, we're going to discuss the possibility. Think about this. LeBron got bounced out of the first round yesterday, and in 24 hours span, it's possible that Kawhi can also get bounced out, both LA teams. So we're going to talk about the odds of that happening. Heads up, gamblers. Horse racing handicapper Dick Jerardi will join us at 4:30 to give us his picks for the Belmont Stakes, the third Triple Crown race going on tomorrow. And at 6 o'clock, we have a special guest. Director Matt Whitecross joins us to talk about a new documentary that he has premiering this weekend on Showtime. It's called The Kings, about the boxing glory days and rivalries between Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hitman Hearns, and Roberto Duran. I got to see some of it today, got a sneak peek before it airs on Sunday. It's awesome. I liked it a lot. So let's get the show going. First and foremost, LeBron is gone. That's right, baby. He is gone. Last night, the Phoenix Suns bounced the LA Lakers, the defending champs, out of the NBA playoffs, taking that series 4-2. Devin Booker, as James Pledger mentioned, just went off for 47 points. Suns won 113-100. Lakers were playing catch up the entire time, but man, the game turned when Anthony Davis left midway through the first quarter with another groin/knee injury. It didn't get close, man. But Quinn, when you were watching this game, how excited were you to see LeBron get the boot?
For a multitude of reasons, Michael, I was excited to see this come to fruition. One being, I wasn't a fan of just how this entire team has been assembled. I did not believe the pieces. It was so much of a kind of a smash and grab of talent to put around LeBron. People who've watched LeBron in his career have known that you pretty much have to have a complement of talent around him. You just can't go, oh, this guy was good in Oklahoma, let's bring him over here. Oh, we need a quality big, let's go get Drummond. One size doesn't fit all against LeBron. You literally have to have complementary pieces, and they did not do this. And it was exposed against the Phoenix Suns, a team that already was a young upstart team that showed well last season in the bubble. Add CP3, now you have an orchestrated team that really believes in itself, quality big, a sniper. Booker is absolutely the truth. The Lakers were exposed. They were in trouble with or without Anthony Davis healthy, but with him coming in, not even close to probably 75%, they were in trouble. And last night it came to a head.
Man, it's so amazing when you watch these series, these long series, all the adjustments that are made. You know, after 1 or 2 games, you think, oh, this team's going to win. And after another 2 games, you think the momentum swings the other way, and then it just goes back and forth. But yesterday, when I saw Anthony Davis kind of pull up and just walk towards the bench, he took himself out of the game, I knew that it was over. Now, by then, it was already 14-5, so it's not like the Lakers were leading, and then suddenly the Suns kind of just took advantage. The Suns came to play early on. Jay Crowder had 3 3-pointers to start off, and then Devin Booker just went crazy the rest of the quarter, had over 20 points in the first quarter. It was so cool, though, because I take a look at the Suns team, and it gives me a little bit of optimism for the Spurs, right? Because it's one of those things that, yeah, they have CP3, and he was the prize free agent that they got, but a lot of what they have is homegrown and built, and Monty Williams, part of the Spurs family tree, is over there as head coach, doing a fantastic job. But I'm taking a look at this, and one thing that I kept on thinking, we've talked about LeBron's legacy so much over his career, and everyone keeps talking about, like, he doesn't get, the GOATs don't get bounced out of the first round. Well, Michael Jordan, that happened to him too. Okay. But I'm looking at this Lakers part of his career. He's been with them for 3 seasons. The first season didn't make the playoffs at all. The second season won the NBA title, but it was also in the bubble, and there was like 2 or 3 months separated between when COVID stopped the season to when they resumed it. So it was just kind of an awkward thing. So it wasn't, and it was played in one location. There was no traveling. There was none of that. There was nobody in the stands. And then the third season, get knocked out in the first round. Do you think that maybe this whole Lakers part of his career has damaged his legacy at all?
I absolutely think it's damaged his legacy, particularly with the Lakers fandom, because the expectations were much higher of what they were going to get from him in 3 seasons. It was 1 championship. You can go back to when he was in Miami. When you really think about it, you got 2 championships out of 4 seasons. But when you're playing with a Chris Bosh and D Wade, the expectations were higher then too. I think he has fallen short in delivering when he has made ready-made teams to fit his talent. He made it a point in the press conference at the end of the game last night to let everybody know that he too was injured along with Anthony Davis. Mind you, he was also injured last season when they won a championship, but then that kind of got swept under the rug because they were successful. The issue is, you pointed out Michael Jordan did get bounced out early rounds in the playoffs. But when you go back and look at how he was bounced out, one thing that was not in question was Michael Jordan went down fighting.
Yeah.
And I felt like in this game, in this series, outside of the second game, I felt like LeBron really was exposed of what he was limited to do. Could it be age? Could it be just that the league is catching up to him? Could it just be he's coming to a juggernaut team? Phoenix has been showing us who they were going back to the end of last season. So this team was faster. They played fast last night. They wanted to make sure if Anthony Davis is healthy, he's going to have to run up and down this floor. Mm-hmm. You saw how they came out the gate. They were pushing the ball. They were shooting threes. They were playing a spread, a 5 out. They really were trying to expose the perimeter, how they could defend and move the players around. LeBron's legacy has been compromised. He should be spoke of in the context of Jerry West, not in the context of GOATs, greatest of all time, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Thank you.
That's a little too far. Okay, I wouldn't say Jerry West, because I think I know LeBron is top 5 all time. He just is. Okay. But I think part of it is expectations. Has he lived up to the expectations? He has, man, because look at all the expectations he had just coming out of high school. Coming out of high school, he was the chosen one, right? King James and all of this stuff. And he has lived up to it, even though he has a losing record in the NBA finals. But he has multiple rings, and he's going to finish his career as the #1 scoring leader. He's going to best Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Okay.
You think that?
In points? Yes.
Okay. So when we were looking at how LeBron was performing at the age of, 36? Okay. We know Kareem was a finals MVP at the age of 38.
Right.
Which means he was still dropping buckets.
No, don't get me wrong. You and I have talked about this before.
Right.
I think the GOAT's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Right. So that's the point I'm making. The part of what made Kareem's legacy what it is his longevity.
Right.
His ability to play and endure and retransform his abilities on the floor to still contribute and deliver. LeBron's performance is declining. Yes, he had a great season this season, but what you're starting to see is when he carries the weight of the team on his shoulders, it's no longer the LeBron in Cleveland.
He's finally getting a little bit old.
Does he need to be the #2 on the team?
Not yet. Not yet. I take a look at it this way. You talked about having expectations. Now, the expectations in the Heat where when they had that press conference, when they said not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, that's when you had expectations that were too high. But you take a look at what he's doing, you're right in the sense that he is not carrying the team as well as he could have in years past. In fact, there's the advanced statistics out there that say that he walks more than any player in the NBA. He does the most amount of walking on the court, and you're going to see that if the play is not called for him, he will literally be walking up the court. And just, I mean, if anyone has the game on their DVR, go back and just look at how many times he literally walks up and down the court. It's so crazy. But he didn't have that burst of energy very well yesterday. I mean, he had some in the fourth quarter, but, I think he checks himself out, man. James Harden has done this in the past when he was with the Rockets and when he was with Oklahoma City, where if he knows that they're not going to win, he kind of just mentally checks out and just physically checks out as well. And you kind of saw that with LeBron yesterday, even though they were getting closer and closer, getting it down from 15 points to 13 to 12 to 11 to 10. It just, I didn't see it in his body language that he thought they had any chance of actually winning that game.
No, I agree with you 100%. It definitely looked like he was defeated. It looked like the same LeBron we saw when he conceded that the Boston Celtics had his number and he needed to get out of Cleveland the first time. Mm-hmm. It's the same LeBron you saw in the first installment of the Heatles when my Mavericks gave him the business. You could see in that 6-game series that LeBron felt like, man, these guys are just hitting this with every angle. I don't have an answer for what they're doing. And, I just feel like that also is a part of his legacy where he does not be that killer that you need him to be, even when the chips are against you.
All right. We talked so much about LeBron, but hey, man, it's not that the Lakers lost. The Suns went in there and just kicked their butt.
Yes.
Okay. Ran them out of their own gym. So taking a look at that, now that CP3 is relatively healthy again, he did, knock bodies with LeBron. I think during the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter, and he was a little bit banged up for most of the game yesterday. But let's just go ahead and say that he recovers from that because chances are he's going to have a couple of days of rest at the very least, yes. Right? How far do you think the Phoenix Suns can actually go this year?
I think the West is wide open right now. I think, Phoenix Suns has a chance of anything. I think they have the components to compete both against the East, but more importantly to the West. They've got a quality big. They've got 3-point shooting. They have athletes. They have finishers. They have perimeter defenders. They've got Crowder, who's just he's a junkyard dog. He gets out there, gets into it, not afraid of anyone. What he lacks on the court, he makes up for with this effort. Mm-hmm. You want that kind of player on your team. So to me, Phoenix has all the components. When you look at when championship teams make a run, you've got that J.R. Smith, that inconsistent player that just plays fearlessly, a young athletic big who is looking to just blossom, and CP3, that old grindy veteran that has been looking for his opportunity. Just give me some keys to a good car. Give me keys to a good car, and he's got them now.
Yeah, he does have them. He's had it before, but he tends to always get hurt in the playoffs, and that's just the Achilles heel that is Chris Paul, man. He's always getting hurt. But I'm taking a look at this. Disclaimer, I do have a $50 ticket in Vegas right now, 10-1 odds that the Suns would win the title. I also have 8-1 on the Utah Jazz. So I got two teams that I'm rooting for. I got financial interest in, right? But when I take a look at the Suns, I look at that and I think, that's a template the Spurs need to look at because that team was built primarily through the draft and they play their young players. Oh my God, God forbid you play young players. I mean, I know Chris Paul is a veteran and I know they do have some veteran pieces out there, but a lot of what they're doing are with inexperienced players who are showing up in the playoffs. And I think that's so fun to watch these players and go, who is that? And then you start looking him up and go, man, he's only been in the league for 2 or 3 years. And who is that? That guy's, rock solid. Been in the league for 3 or 4 years. That is so much fun to watch, man. And I hope the Spurs take that to heart, man. Do you agree with me on that?
I agree 100%. And you're actually making me and probably a lot of Spurs fans frustrated right now. Go back to the end of last season in the bubble. The two most fun upstart teams were who? San Antonio Spurs and the Phoenix Suns. They were the fun young teams running around in the bubble, and all you had was excitement and anticipation of next season. What are these young players going to do next season? Look at how well they played in the bubble. If they only had more season to play, and who built off of their last season and who did not. Yeah. So one team progressed and the other one digressed.
I'm taking a look at James Pledger right now, who's jumping up and down right now. He's so excited because I'm going to fill in tomorrow on the Saturday morning hangover with James Pledger, and I know he's going to put me on the therapy couch. I think he's going to try to make me cry when it comes to the Spurs. Because there have been some shows where I don't even realize that we're even on air. I'm just laying down, just venting about the Spurs. And I'm a huge Spurs fan, but Pledger really knows how to get under my skin, very much like I can get under your skin when it comes to the Cowboys. We will be talking about the Cowboys at 5 o'clock. Kellen Moore had a press conference today talking about CeeDee Lamb, talking about Zeke Elliott. Is Zeke Elliott in shape right now? I liked his response. I mean, it made Pledge and I laugh. So we'll be talking about that later. Coming up, not only is LeBron out of the playoffs, in about 5 hours, Kawhi Leonard could be out of the playoffs. So we're going to be breaking down that Mavericks game versus the LA Clippers. And then we'll also have a special guest at 4:30 talking about, he's a handicapper, going to give his winners for the Belmont Stakes. You listen to the Blitz on 1250 ESPN, 94.5 FM, and we're always on the go at ESPNSA.com.
The NBA playoffs are on ESPN San Antonio. Brought to you by the Mellow Mushroom. Online at mellowmushroom.com. From the play-in to the finals, we've got you covered. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
As you think about firing up the grill this weekend, you want the best sausage on that grill. You want to get yourself some Kielbasa smoked sausage. That's the kind of sausage you could find in butcher shops back in the old days, and it's because of the way Kielbasa makes their legendary smoked sausage. It's done in small 150-pound batches with only fresh, high-quality ingredients, never frozen meat. They don't add fillers or chemicals that you can't pronounce. Then it is smoked over real hardwood, just the way Rufus Kielbasa did back in 1949 when he started the company here in San Antonio. And everything Kielbasa makes is still made here in San Antonio over there on South Brazos Street. They're a great local company on a mission to reintroduce you to authentic smoked meats. So when you buy Kielbasa brand sausage, you know you're getting the best, most authentic smoked sausage you'll ever eat. If it's not the best, just call Michael Kielbasa. He'll give you your money back. He puts his phone number on the back of every package sold. Kielbasa sausage is now available at Walmart, and you can find Kielbasa sausage, bacon, chorizo, and breakfast links at an H-E-B near you. You're going to fire up the grill. Get some Kielbasa today.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, your home to 7 days a week happy hour. Come eat, drink, and socialize safely at all 4 Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar locations. And now you can join us bright and early at the newest location, Slackers Medical Center. Now opens at 7 a.m. to serve our valued medical community. Nurses, doctors, frontline workers, and staff, we thank you. Slackers Medical Center at Fredericksburg and Medical Drive. Visit slackersbarssa.com for more info. Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, now with 4 area locations to quench your thirst.
It's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with these hot items for dads and grads. Featuring the tailor-made Sim2 drivers with 4th ring construction that enhances distance and forgiveness. And don't miss these hot gifts from Bushnell, like the Tour V5 or the Tour V5 Shift with pin seeker technology, or the Wingman with Bluetooth and audible GPS for distance. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
You know, nobody plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested and you want to get out of jail fast because you do, best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds. You can call 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can even start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you really understand what all the conditions are before accepting it. Your best option, AA Best Bail Bonds for stress-free bail bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans available, a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas. License number 149. Text bail to 474747. Call 210-225-2121 or online, mybestbailbonds.com.
It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half, that feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the 9th inning kind of good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys. Plus, no contract. All on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you could pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get to where you want to go. For advice on solutions like XPS 13 laptops powered by Intel Evo platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
Hoops and Hype, the post-up with Brandon Medina and Jack Thompson. A basketball anthology, everything hoops from the NBA to the G League to college hoops and the culture that basketball has sparked from the clothes to the kicks, movies, and gaming. For the discerning fan, the post-up, Fridays at 7 after the Blitz. Welcome back to the Blitz, brought to you by the Thompson Law Firm, an experienced personal injury attorney. He's only a phone call away at 900-0400. That is the Thompson Law Firm. Welcome back to the Blitz. My name is Michael Jimenez, former Rock the Mic champ, joined by Quinn Hudson, our reigning Rock the Mic champ. We are the hosts of the Sunday Sports Grill, filling in today for Rob and Jason. James Pledger producing the show, dancing behind the glass right now, dancing wearing the colors of the Phoenix Suns in honor of the Suns taking out LeBron James. You know, when the season started, everyone said that the two favorites to go to the Western Conference Finals were the Lakers and the Clippers. It was going to be an all-LA Western Conference Final. Well, we know that's not going to happen because the Lakers got the boot yesterday. And today, Quinn Hudson's Dallas Mavericks have a chance to knock out Kawhi Leonard and the LA Clippers. They have the chance. They're doing it at home. Quinn, who you got tonight?
I'm riding with my Mavericks. I am riding with my Mavericks. And, you know, I said the winner of Game 5 was going to win this series. And this is the game where they have to right this ship. No home team has won so far in this series. And this is the game where Dallas has to make it happen. Do not want this to go to a Game 7. And I will admit, in the last game, I was very frustrated, particularly going back to what was happening in Game 4, where the Clippers had their way. They penetrated, they got to the rim, they shot threes, no one could stop them, couldn't stay in front of them, anything. And then I almost pulled what little fro I have left out of my hair when Rick Carlisle does the unthinkable, and he puts Boban and Porzingis on the floor together, which arguably could be the biggest tandem ever to be on the floor.
That's like 15 feet of D.
That's it. I mean, whoa, phrasing. Listen, we had 7'4" and 7'3" Porzingis on the floor together, and it was genius because what Rick Carlisle understands is the Mavericks cannot play a scramble defense for 4 quarters with a more athletic, more talented LA Clipper team. So what they do is they say, okay, we're going to put some people in the middle. We're going to deter your driving. You still might convert, but what we're going to do is we're going to make it tough for you to score in the paint. We're going to make you more one-dimensional. We're going to try to take something away. And so what they did is they did this, which was very smart, because guess what happened? They were shooting close to 50% in Game 4. In this game, they shot barely 41% from the field. So they dropped in their field goal percentage. They weren't getting easy buckets in the paint. Then they stayed out on the perimeter shootings, even though LA still continued to shoot their threes. They're very good. I think they were one of the best in the league. So what they did is they dropped everything down. They slowed the game down. They played this grind out, not even a Dallas Maverick type of game, and basically got to the point where in the fourth quarter, they could open it back up. You saw they went small ball and then turned it loose. And at that point in time, you had Kawhi just making the basketball play, letting other people shoot, making the right pass out when Boban or Porzingis were rotated in the middle. They actually played into the Mavericks' hand. The Mavericks dictated the pace of this game and set them up for the kill. It was awesome.
Now, first and foremost, I do agree with you. I think the Mavericks are going to win the series, okay, today, because Luka Doncic is back and he's healthy, okay? And when healthy, he is arguably one of the 2 or 3 best players in the NBA. If you said he's the number 1, I would agree with you, okay? But let's just say 2 or 3.
Okay.
Now, I'm glad that you're wearing a hat. You're wearing a Mavericks hat right now because if you were to take that off, I wonder how much new gray hair that you have because of this series. It's been an awkward series where the road team has won 5 times. And after the first 2 games, you were riding high going, oh my God, they're going to sweep. It's going to be a 5-game series. He's taking off the hat right now, taking off. Oh, I see a lot of silver on the side.
It'll be worse. It'll be worse tonight, I'm sure.
So then they come back home and it's like, hey man, you're going to just steamroll through them, right? Sweep them, get the brooms out. No, they lose both of them at home. And that game 4 was so ugly because it was a layup drill, man. It was a layup line, like 7th graders before a basketball game. That's what the Clippers look like, just taking it in, no one guarding them. And that's why getting those 7-footers out there for the Mavericks was really, really key. I'm excited about this game. And I think a lot of Spurs fans are excited because even though the Mavericks are rivals, I put a poll on Twitter to, Spurs fans. And I asked, who do you hate more? Do you hate the Mavericks more or hate Kawhi more? And it was like 75% saying they hate Kawhi more than they hate the Mavericks. So you're going to have a lot of Spurs fans cheering for your Mavericks tonight. Will you take that? Will you take those cheers?
I will take it. Absolutely will. Anyone. I mean, first of all, I picked the Clippers to be the team to come out of the West before the playoffs started. So yes, I absolutely want to do it. I want to see it happen. And I do believe Luka feels like he is ready to take the next step and move this team past a much more talented team collectively.
Can you believe some teams passed on Luka in the draft? Not a lot of them. It was just a couple, but amazing that some teams did. Hey, did you hear or did you see what Dame Lillard put down on Instagram after he got knocked out, after the Trailblazers got knocked out yesterday by the Denver Nuggets? My God.
So he's dropping some lyrics out there now.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna say that it's no big deal. It's no big deal, but it was a kind of a cryptic post. He quoted lyrics from the late rapper Nipsey Hussle, and it says, quote, "How long should I stay dedicated? How long till opportunity meets preparation?" That is not what you want to hear from your star player. If you're a Portland Trailblazer fan, you hear something like that. That's not him just posting lyrics to a song. There's a reason behind it. I mean, the song's called Dedication, and now he's questioning his dedication. Is that how you took it?
It could be more of the dedication of the organization to him.
I
think he's been devoted and he's given his all to the franchise. The reality is, when you look at any of the NBA championship teams, you have to have a legit one. Dame Dollar is a legit one superstar on a team. Who is his number 2? Who is his number 2? CJ? I mean, when you Nurkic, is that your number 2?
Mm-hmm.
It definitely is not Mellow. So to me, you're not even going in. You're taking a knife into a gunfight. This is just not good. He just doesn't have enough weapons to take on teams that are doing that. When you look at the Denver Nuggets, look who stepped up.
Yeah,
he has. I mean, you even without Murray, the Joker has, you've got this guy. Morris comes to life. He's got Aaron Gordon from the trade that comes in there. They march out Millsap, which still gives them some quality minutes in there. And these guys are just still doing it. And then you've got Michael Porter Jr. coming to life into his own, right? So you always want to have these pieces emerge. Who's emerging in Portland? Covington?
And it's funny because when you take a look at Dame time, he can score 55 points and it not even seem like he's ball hogging. It's just so weird because he's very efficient when he does it. It's not like when Russ Westbrook scores 35 or 40 or 45, or back in the day, cover your ears, Kobe Bryant, back in the day when he'd get 40 or 50 points, very inefficient. It was like, oh yeah, he got 50 points, but he was 11 for 28 shooting and had a lot of free throws. Damian Lillard's not like that. I mean, He is very efficient. This past year averaged almost 29 points a game and 7.5 assists. I mean, he's amazing. He's amazing. And I would go on and say that probably one of the top 12 players in the league. And he's that one player I don't want to play because I'm glad for the sake of the Nuggets, it didn't go to 7, because had it gone to 7, you do not want that other player. It's like him and Steph Curry. You do not want to be in a game, game 7 type of situation when they're on the other side of the court, because they can go off for 55, 60, 70 points and will a team to victory. But you're right. He was outmanned big time yesterday. But if you are Damian Lillard, here's the consolation prize that you get. Now, this past year, he made $31 million. Not bad, right? I'll take that.
Oh, yeah. Under the couch.
Yeah, he has a raise coming to him. 43.75 next season. After that, 47.25. After that, 50.75. And then 54.25 4 seasons from now. Damian Lillard, he's going to make about $200 million combined the next 4 seasons.
Yeah.
On top of the previous 9 seasons he's had with the Portland Trail Blazers, I think he's going to be okay when it's all said and done.
Yeah, you're telling me that he's not going to be really holding his breath waiting on the next stimulus package to pass, right? I don't think it's about the money. Remember with Tim Duncan, when they were talking about the whole Orlando thing, it was really about the fit that was going to work. If Damian Lillard decides to go to a team where he's going to be the number 2, I think it's an instant championship. If he goes to join a player that is a better number 1 and he's the number 2, it instantly makes him a formidable opponent.
Oh man, just avoid LeBron. I don't want that again, man. That's and that's what's going to happen this offseason. You know, the Lakers are going to somehow make a move and get another star player to put aside with LeBron. That's just the way that the NBA works right now. Hey, when we come back, we're talking horse racing. But why are we talking horse racing? To win you money. The Belmont Stakes is this weekend, and we have Dick Jerardi joining us, who will give us his picks. He's a handicapper. And later on, I'm going to talk to Pledge, put him on the therapy couch a little bit, because right now, you know, he's wearing short sleeves. He's bulking up a little bit. I want to know what he's doing here, because I'm seeing lots of pictures about Pledge on Instagram right now. Gotta find out what his workout schedule looks like. This is the Blitz on 1250 ESPN, 94.5 FM, and we're on the go at ESPNSA.com.
Get 100% sports while you give 50% effort at work.
Is that a rhetorical point, or would you like to do the math?
I'd like to do the math.
1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM. All day, every day.
Jason Minix here for Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram truck, part of the Ancira I-10 Auto Complex. If you're shopping for a new vehicle, there's no better place to go than Ancira. I can tell you firsthand because I am a longtime Ancira customer. Through the years, I've bought many vehicles from Ancira, including one that I have now. My daughter's car is from Ancira, so's my niece's. Half the people at the radio station drive Ancira vehicles, and it's because of how well Ancira takes care of you before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. That great customer service is why Ancira has been a top family-run dealership in San Antonio for decades. They're going to make sure you're getting the vehicle you want with the options and features that you're looking for. They'll give you great value on your trade-in, the best rebates and financing options that are available. And you know price made Ancira number 1. Price keeps Ancira number 1. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram truck, part of the Ancira I-10 Auto Complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Huebner.
At Thomas J. Henry, our sole focus is to help injured clients rebuild their lives. If you've been hurt, don't wait. Start your claim today at tjhlaw.com/radio. That's tjhlaw.com/radio. San Antonio, Texas.
It's a baseball summer, and the San Antonio Missions are back on at the Wolf this Tuesday for $2 Tuesday. The Missions battle the Midland Rockhounds. Come out and enjoy $2 tickets, parking, beer, and sausage wraps. Gates open at 6 p.m. with the first pitch at 7:05. Go to samissions.com for tickets and details. That's samissions.com. Wolf Stadium is now open to 100% capacity for Missions baseball. Let's get back to fun. Play ball!
Nigel, what in the world is this?
Oh, Joel, you've got to get out more. This is the new Quarter Moon Ice Cream Delivery System.
Looks like a moped with a cooler strapped on the back.
It's my new marketing endeavor. I'm taking cool treats to the streets. Rainbow Pops, ice cream sandwiches, Choco Tacos, Lemon Chills, Dream Bars, Banana Fudge Pop. I've even named some of the treats after Quarter Moon employees.
I guess that makes you the Nutty Bar.
I don't get it.
Folks, when life hands you a broken air conditioner on a hot day or a busted pipe during the middle of the night, all of us at Quarter Moon Plumbing and Air Conditioning are dedicated to fixing the problem fast and fair.
and give you ice cream.
Nigel, I know that's my cooler, but where did you get that moped?
Yeah, about that. Gotta go.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. See our Quarter Moon trucks with the Outhouse logo all over town.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899. License number M13229 TACLA 000743458.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Generations Federal Credit Union could help you save on monthly mortgage payments and improve your cash flow. With fixed home loan rates as low as 2.99% for 30 years. Now's the time to purchase or refinance your home loan with Generations Federal Credit Union. See complete rates and terms and apply at mygenfcu.org today. Membership eligibility requirements apply. Loan subject to credit approval. For complete terms and conditions, visit mygenfcu.org. Equal housing lender.
At Napa, when it comes to serving you, our motor never quits. And when it comes to getting you the part you need when you need it, with next day delivery or same day pickup, our motor never quits. And when it comes to making a difference in our local communities by hosting fundraisers and food drives, our motor never quits. And when it comes to telling you our motor never quits, yep, you guessed it, our motor never quits. That's Napa know-how. Same day pickup and next day delivery available at participating stores and on in-stock items only.
It's so on. The SiriusXM Listen Free event is happening now. Just press the Sat button in your car to hear over 100 channels, including ad-free music of every kind, plus sports play-by-play and talking news for everyone. Enjoy even more free when you download the SXM app. Hear expertly curated podcasts, ad-free extra channels of music for any mood, SiriusXM video, and the ability to create your own Pandora music stations. Don't miss out. Listen free now.
Join the Blitz Thursdays at 6 p.m. for Grilling with the Blitz. Submit your recipes and pictures on ESPNSA.com under the Win tab. Every week is a chance to win a new $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. Grilling with the Blitz every single Thursday at 6. Welcome back. I was going to say the Sunday Sports Grill, but it's not. It's the Blitz.
We're on the Blitz.
Yeah, so my name's Michael Jimenez, former Rock the Mic champ, joined by our reigning Rock the Mic champ, Quinn Hudson. We host the Sunday Sports Grill here on 1250 ESPN, filling in for Rob and Jason. If you ever want to reach out to us and talk to us here on ESPN San Antonio, the Kielbasa Bacon phone lines is 656 ESPN. Again, that is 656 ESPN. You can also reach us on Twitter. My handle's at 210 Fantasy God. Quinn Hudson is at his name, which is at Quinn Hudson. We're also on Facebook Live right now. John Dyer reached out saying, look who got the call up from AAA to the majors, right? That's basically how it feels today.
That's it, man. I mean, I don't know if it's that. It's probably more of like, I'm on a 10-day contract in the NBA. I got to go hard in the paint right now, make it happen. So, yeah, it's good, though. We like it. And it's a Friday. People are driving home or chilling at home. You know, it's that idle period of time where you're kicking your feet back, man. It's a time we can just chop it up, man, like we do.
Yeah, we're back in the studio. It's so much fun. You know, I was kind of preparing before the show, going over the rundown, and I love how Pledger looks at me. My mentor just looks at me and says, "Why don't you just stop that and just throw all those papers away and just talk?" So very cool, man. That's the coaching that I need right here. So when we have Rock the Mic again, hey, join. I won, Quinn won. If we could win, you guys can win, right?
That's right.
But speaking of winners, let's see if we can find out who the winner of the Belmont Stakes is going to be. Dick Jerardi, handicapper, is going to be joining us right now. Mr. Jerardi, are you on the phone?
I am. What's happening, guys?
Oh, man, we're having a great time. Hey, the third leg of the Triple Crown is this weekend. The Belmont Stakes is always interesting to me. I will let you know I'm a huge, huge horse racing fan, okay? And I am really upset at COVID for a multitude of reasons, but one of which is the fact that I actually called the trifecta on the Kentucky Derby last year, which would have won me like 14 grand, but I didn't go because, you know, Retama Park was closed. So I couldn't place a bet.
Oh no, you didn't bet it?
I couldn't. I mean, I had to do something illegal to make that happen, so didn't do
You
it.
should have done it. That's okay. You're legal out for 14 grand. Illegality is okay.
Well, the Belmont Stakes is always interesting because it's the longest race. It also has the thickest dirt, I guess you could say, and but it's a short field, man. Tell us about the field today.
So it's 8 horses, but of real quality. The 4 of the horses are all significant winners. The Essential Quality was the 2-year-old champ, won the Breeders' Cup, won the Bluegrass Stakes. Rombauer won the Preakness. Hot Rod Charlie won the Louisiana Derby. Rock Your World won the Santa Anita Derby. So it's not a big field, only 8, but half the field is very accomplished. And you also have Note Agenda, who won the Florida Derby. So a bunch of these horses were in Kentucky. Note Agenda, Rock Your World, Hot Rod Charlie, Essential Quality, all ran in the Derby, as did Bourbonic, the 1. So we got 5 horses that ran in the Derby, sat out the 5 weeks, and we got the Preakness winner in Rombauer. So it's a really, really good race.
This is Quinn. I have a quick question for a person who is not as astute in horse racing, but I like to, for the, from the Derby to the Belmont Stakes, I like to make bets, but for like the show or the trifecta. It can't always be as easy as just looking at the odds. What advice would you give to people who are looking to partake in it, but don't really have the backdrop on the horses and their history?
Yeah, I mean, it's really your base of knowledge, how you should bet. The less knowledge you have about different bets, probably the less exotic you should get in your attempts. Like maybe you don't want to play a trifecta if you're just getting started. You can just play something as easy as win, place, and show. If your horse wins, you win. If you bet the show, if your horse finishes first, second, and third, you win. I'm an exotic player. I like to play exactas, trifectas, superfectas to go for the big hit, but there's no right or wrong way to play the game. It's just it's a fun game, and it's action, and there's the potential for a big score without having to put a huge outlay out there. That's what I like about it the most.
The way that I bet on horse racing is I like betting the jockeys. I mean, they play such a pivotal role in how the race is going to go. And when I take a look at the field right now, I like anybody that John Velasquez is on. John Velasquez has won me so much money over the years, and he's on Rombauer. And Joel Rosario. Would you say that those are the 2 best jockeys in this field?
I don't want to. They're 2 of the best in the country. There's no argument about that. But you could make a case. Flavian Pratt, who won the Preakness on Rombauers, in the hunt for among the best jockeys. The Ortiz brothers. Unfortunately, Irad, who was supposed to ride Note Agenda, got hurt yesterday, so he's out of the race. But yeah, it's a great group of riders, as is typical in these races. Luis Saez is riding Essential Quality, Kendrick Carmouche on the 1, Bourbonic. But yeah, Johnny V, I can understand why you would like him because he's such a great rider in these big races. And and he's closing on 50 years old, and he's riding as good as he ever has.
I love the bugle in the background right now. It's post time somewhere.
Like I'm watching the races from Monmouth Park.
So no,
you're surprised.
No Bob Baffert. No Bob Baffert.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, how bad is that for the sport? Now, for those of you who don't know, Bob Baffert had he's kind of a legend as a trainer in the world of horse racing. His horse won, Medina Spirit won the Kentucky Derby this year. He has won multiple Triple Crown races over the years, and basically the horse was caught doping, or the trainers or somebody was doping that horse, and it failed 2 tests. So now you have Churchill Downs, where the Kentucky Derby's at, saying that they're going to suspend him for 2 years, and now other racetracks around the country are also suspending him or banning him, however you want to phrase it. How big was that for this sport to have this happen to Bob Baffert?
Yeah, it's a big deal. I mean, he's the biggest name in the game, and for him to be associated with a headline where it says Derby winner test positive, it's just no good. So as far as the word doping, I would not use that. The medication that was involved is actually a legal therapeutic medication that they can use in racehorses.
Okay.
It can't show up in a test for a horse on race day. So I think this was a screw up rather than a lot like a cover up or actually trying to get over on anybody. This betamethasone is not something any vet would term a performance enhancer, but it was incredibly stupid by the barn that somehow this horse got something that had this ingredient in it. And because of it, they're going to eventually lose the purse of the Derby. The horse is going to get disqualified, and Baffert's going to probably get suspended by the Kentucky Racing Commission. To your point about Churchill Downs, that's a separate situation. They're angry for an obvious reason that Baffert makes their race look bad. Like the public is saying, hey, there's something wrong with the Derby. So Churchill's really mad. That's why they gave him the 2-year suspension. At this point, no other track has done that. And I don't think any other track is going to do that. I think that's strictly a Churchill Downs thing. But for Baffert, it's huge. That means he can't run in the Derby the next 2 years. And he's going to lose a lot of clients because of that. So, yeah, it's just a complete and utter mess. There's no argument about that.
Yeah, another mess going on with horse racing right now, which is not being picked up by the sports pages, but by the newspapers, is the owner of Essential Quality, who is the morning line favorite at 2-1 right now. But the owner of the horse is Dubai's ruler, Sheikh Mohammed. His daughter mysteriously disappeared after posting a video saying that she was being held captive by her father. And now there has been calls out there from these human rights organizations saying, why is he allowed to race horses in the United States? Do you follow that at all, or do you just focus more on the sport itself?
No, I definitely follow it. And look, there's no way that's a good look for the game. I mean, Sheikh Mohammed is one of he's probably spent more money at the sales at Keeneland than anybody on earth. So not going to bar him from coming. But yeah, I mean, these autocrats, these countries where you can just do anything you want, it's a problem. It's not, it's not what we do. I don't condone any of it. I don't know all the facts, but yeah, it's bad news. But look, he's not going to get barred anytime soon unless he does something in horse racing. They're not going to be able to bar him at the racetrack for something he's doing in his real life. That's something for somebody else to deal with, not horse racing.
All right. So the Belmont is this weekend. Pick a winner, man. Who do you think is going to win, and who should we box as an exacta or trifecta?
Yeah, I'm going to give you Hot Rod Charlie. I picked him in the Derby. I thought he ran great. He finished third. I'm going to try him one more time, and I'm going to use Rombauer second. So a 4-3 exacta. I'm going to get that nasty old Sheik out of my exacta. We don't want we don't want any of this nasty people in exactas with Essential Quality. So a 4-3 exacta. Hot Rod Charlie over Rombauer.
Are we gonna put Essential Quality in there for the try?
I'm going to try to get him out of there. I'm going to probably use Rock Your World and Bourbonic. And look, Essential Quality is almost certainly going to finish in the top 3. Hell, he could win. He's going to be the favorite. But at some point, you got to take a little bit of a risk here, right? I can't be betting all favorites.
It's interesting when you talk about the Belmont Stakes because it's a long race, but the favorite has won historically 40% of the time. But I like the fact that you're kicking him out. I really do. But Mr. Jerardi, thank you for joining us on the Blitz today. Good luck with your bets this weekend. We're looking forward to it. But thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
All right. When we come back, we got lots of show to go, man. We're going until 6:30 today before Rangers baseball. When we come back, we're gonna talk to Pledge, put him on the therapy couch about what he's doing, man, to get back in shape. What I'm doing to get back in shape. What's up, Pledge?
I learned 2 things from that interview with Dick Jerardi.
What's that?
He is harder on human rights activism than the sport of horse racing.
Yes.
By kicking Essential Quality out of his exacta trifecta.
He's putting
box. He's doing it all. He's nowhere in there. He just favorite is out, period.
Yeah.
So he is harder than that. And the whole story of that entire Sheikh Mohammed thing, every time I hear it, I just think of one thing.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
One of the greatest monologues ever.
Good luck.
That was his.
That's all I can think of when I hear.
And I will make both of you smile. You know, I don't watch a lot of movies you think I should watch.
Oh, I figured you hadn't seen this.
I've seen Taken. Now I haven't seen the sequels because I understand there have been sequels, right? Haven't seen the sequels, but Taken, yes.
Actually, if you've seen the first one, you've seen the sequels.
This is the Blitz on 1250 ESPN 94.5 FM. We're on the go at ESPNSA.com.
We're your home for the Texas Rangers in San Antonio.
This is Joey Gallo of the Texas Rangers.
Yet another Joey Gallo home run. Brought to you by New Brakes Mobile Brake Repair.
Your home for the Texas Rangers, 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
You know, we all like things to be easy and convenient. New Brakes has done that with brake repair. Jason Minix here for New Brakes. They're a mobile brake shop. That means they will come to you to fix your brakes, your home, your office, wherever you are. So if your brakes are bad or you think they're going bad, and in cold, wet weather, especially the wet weather, that's really hard on your brakes, and you know if your brakes have been failing you, go to nubrakes.com right now. Schedule your repair. New Brakes provides convenient and affordable brake repair, and they only fix brakes. You won't get the upsells like at a traditional repair shop. Most repairs are done in less than an hour, and they only use premium brake parts, and they do back all repairs with a 24-month, 24,000-mile warranty. nubrakes.com. Schedule your repair. Save 10% when you mention my name or ESPN San Antonio. Busy at work, relaxing at the house, you do what you do while they take care of your brakes, and they're great at what they do. Go read all their 5-star reviews and schedule that repair now at nubrakes.com. That's nubrakes.com.
All right, is that a Q2 or Q3 expense?
Dwayne's CPA went MIA.
Nah.
To keep his books and his sanity, he needs to find a replacement ASAP.
Hey, Johnny, have you ever heard of a fungible good?
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, 3 dozen by tomorrow morning. Yeah, the roses and
Faraz's flower shop is blooming. To keep up with high demand, he must strengthen his business's roots.
Just 1 second. Faraz's flowers. Hold, please. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome to Faraz's.
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the course keeps changing right before your eyes. Whoa! And in order to maneuver it, you need an expert by your side. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the tech solutions you need to help you get out in front and stay ahead of the game. Whew. For advice on solutions like XPS 13 laptops powered by Intel Evo platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
Need the perfect Father's Day gift? Get them a shirt from Untuck It. Untuck It shirts are designed to be worn untucked, so they feel comfortable and look sharp all day. They also come in sizes and fits for every body, so you can easily find something in his size. This Father's Day, find the perfect present for dad at untuckit.com or one of 80-plus Untuck It stores nationwide. Use code DAD20 for 20% off your first purchase. Untuck It. Shirts designed to be worn untucked.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Welcome back to the Blitz on 1250 ESPN 94.5 FM and on the go at ESPNSA.com. Sometimes the conversations during the commercial breaks are better than what we have on air.
I was actually impressed with your analogy, though.
Thank you so much. Okay, since I'm a Rock the Mic champion from a couple of years ago, and they decided, to extend me out and keep me around, I've always said that James Pledger is kind of my mentor. He is my mentor in radio. And I made the reference. I said that you are the Obi-Wan to my Luke, and you said, close enough.
Yeah.
But you asked me two questions. Have I watched Star Wars, and do I know who Jar Jar Binks is? Right. So here's the thing. The first Star Wars movie I ever watched was the one with Jar Jar. Okay. So that's the first one I ever watched. But the original Star Wars, the one from 1977, I watched for the first time like 4 months ago.
Well, after being scarred by Jar Jar Binks, I could see why you didn't want to go back to New Hope. Like that would break it. If you chose that one, it would be like watching Rocky 5 for the first out of all the Rocky installments.
So speaking of the New Hope, summer is June 20th, so we're 2 weeks away, but unofficially it's already here, right? So it's sun's out, guns out, and for some people, sun's out, buns out. But I've been going on Instagram, and every few days or so, I see a picture of James Pledger just completely ripped out. You called him deceptively ripped, or what did you call him?
Yeah,
Deceptively cut.
He's deceptively cut. Yeah, he is. It's like a superhero, like Peter Parker. Like walking around just regular old clothes, looking like a normal person, and then bam, like, oh wait a minute, this guy's actually kind of cut. I apologize. I'm sorry I bumped into you, sir.
What is the secret, Pledge? And what are you trying to accomplish with all this?
I mean, I'm just trying to get in good shape again. Started at the beginning of the pandemic, then the shutdown happened, so I quit going to the gym for the most part. And beginning of the year, I decided, on my way back from Houston after my long bender of a weekend, I was like, I'm going to cut out energy drinks and sodas because, I lived on energy drinks. And I drank a lot of Dr. Peppers and stuff like that. And I was just mainly just going to be drinking water, and I was going to start going to the gym. And I go to the gym every day before work and spend about an hour and a half there, shower, get ready, come in. And then Saturday after the show, I go one more time, and then use Sunday to rest my body. And I wanted to get back into better shape and more pliable and feel good.
You're looking good, man. We always see you either in a vest or you're in a hoodie with short sleeve hoodie, right?
Casual Friday substitutes.
And I loved when it was your birthday. I was getting ready for your birthday, and my wife's like, "What are you gonna wear? What are we wearing?" And I put on a vest, and I said, "Because we're vesties, baby." Showed up and wearing a vest just like you. I'm on a health kick myself. I started keto a little more than 3 weeks ago. I just got tired of being sick and tired, and gained weight over COVID, and I was the biggest I'd ever been, and I am down 17 pounds in the last month and a half or so. But it really kickstarted when I started keto, which is basically a high protein, low carb type of deal. Absolutely love it, but it's expensive, man. It's expensive, man. Whole Foods is more expensive than HEB. But Quinn, what are you going to do to work out, man? Are you at all? Did you do anything?
I know what this is. This is the intervention. Somebody told you I ate 2 carne asadas just for no reason after breakfast. This is what this is. Y'all trying to tell me about? I gained 36 pounds during the pandemic.
36
pounds from last year's birthday to this year's birthday.
That's a 4-year-old child.
In perspective now.
Look, I haven't given up anything yet. I've just started back to running again. So that's one thing I needed to have consistency with that. So eating, not so much of an issue for me.
Very cool. So now that I've slimmed down, lost 17 pounds, I want to lose 15 more, but I'm going to be at a water park for 3 days in about 2 weeks. So I got to slim down a little bit more, but I'm starting some weightlifting. I've been doing it on my own, but I'm going to actually have a trainer. So Jose Bolanos from Camp Gladiator.
Nice.
I'm going to be doing some one-on-one trainings with him. So I'm looking forward to that.
Look at you.
That's how I got my regimen. Like this morning, you saw with the yoga ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was murder. Because I took something that my personal trainer, like before the pandemic, gave me, and I just kind of added on it to do some core work. So what I did was I was doing push-up into a dumbbell rows, and then the yoga ball, bring it in with your feet, and it teaches you balance. It engages your core along with everything else you're doing.
Very cool, man. I did a 3-mile walk before coming over here. That's a little something, just going up and down the hills. We're trying to get back in shape, but coming up is Zeke Elliott in shape. The Cowboys offensive coordinator talks to us a little bit about that.
Browns the shape, right?
We're going to be talking Cowboys and what are we going to do as Spurs fans about Luka Samanic? This is coming up on the second hour of the Blitz, 12:50 a.m. and 94.5 FM and on the go.
Father's Day is right around the corner, and Barbecue Outfitters is your Central Texas Father's Day headquarters. Barbecue grills and lots of them. From names you can trust, like that icon in the backyard, Weber Grills and gas and charcoal. Barbecue Outfitters is the largest dealer in Texas for Father's Day, and they're at the lowest price of the year. They've got the best in barbecue tools, rubs, baskets, gadgets, hilarious aprons, cookbooks, and more. Barbecue Outfitters is offering sale prices on the Big Green Egg, Traeger pellet grills, and the amazing Kamado Joe, and all their outdoor kitchen products. Savings are throughout the store to make your summer great or your Father's Day extra special. They do have free assembly and in-home service for 1 year on all products included. Located at 1604 in Chavano Park next to the Ridge Shopping Center. You can also check their website, bbqoutfitters.com.
You can talk keto all you want, but if you don't have a team of great-tasting snacks behind you, you're not going to win the diet marathon. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds have these big, bold flavors that kick your taste buds into high gear. Korean kimchi barbecue, pasilla chili cheese, spicy dill, and more. Eat them right out of the bag or try them in your favorite recipes. You'll love this snack. Visit your local H-E-B and southernrecipesmallbatch.com to see the power of the rind.
When it comes to social distancing, if 6 feet is not enough with your spouse, it's probably time to change your status. Call the Divorce Dude with Polling Law PLLC. The Divorce Dude will help you get a fast, affordable, agreed divorce. But if you want to fight, the Divorce Dude will fight for you. DivorceDude.com gives you easy legal options and sticks with you every step of the way. Call George, the Divorce Dude, 210-201-0303. That's 210-201-0303 or DivorceDude.com.
Injuries happen, so if you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There is no reason to be in pain. If you are hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com, or schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490.
Geico presents Motorcycle Word of the Day. Today's word is gremlin. Is a gremlin an unknown and persistent mechanical issue? Or is it something large that gets caught in your teeth when you ride with your mouth open? As in...
Man, I gotta stop singing 80s power ballads when I ride. Ugh, keep getting gremlins in my teeth. See?
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Hold on. You want me to tell them about Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in just 30 seconds? This is impossible. Hey, I'm Billy from Twisted Tea. How can I explain that first sip of cold, smooth, real brewed tea? So good. And the extra kick you get from just the right amount of alcohol, the twist of lemon, wait, what? We're almost out of time? Oh, shit. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Your home for everything Cowboys. Touchdown, Cowboys! 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM. KZPC San Antonio.
Left in the NBA postseason. Looking forward to that very much so, Janae. I know you feel...
Jason Minutes, Rob Thompson, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz on 1250 ESPN, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com. My name's Michael Jimenez, co-host of the Sunday Sports Grill here on 1250 ESPN, joined by my fellow co-host, Quinn Hudson, our reigning Rock the Mic champ. Today, we're filling in for Jason and Rob. They're on a 3-day weekend.
Enjoy it. Nice. We like it. Thanks for being gone, guys. We love it.
Yeah, I'm having fun over here, hanging out with Quinn, hanging out with Pledge, my mentor, my Obi-Wan. Exciting, man. Exciting. He's doing Jar Jar Binks impersonations during the commercial breaks. It's amazing. Hey, coming up right now, we're talking about the Spurs at 5:15. But right now, let's talk about the Cowboys, because Cowboys offensive coordinator Kellen Moore had a press conference today talking about everything Cowboys offense related, right? And I know that you've been excited over the past couple of weeks about the Cowboys doing their OTAs.
Yes.
They're actually doing schemes, running plays. Dak is out there. He's rolling out. He's throwing deep. You've been really excited about this as opposed to them just doing weightlifting like my New Orleans Saints are doing, right?
Right.
Why do you like them doing what they're doing right now?
We want this. We need this. This is what the Cowboys needed. Last season, the Dallas Cowboys had injury woes. They had lack of performance by even their starters. They did not have the depth chart they thought they were going to have. We had missing pieces. Now everybody's coming back. You're now going to have to get continuity with the offensive line. You've got new pieces on defense. You've tried to sew up the secondary. You've got additions to the linebacking core, the front seven. You're looking for that. You need that continuity. You got a new defensive coordinator. Dan Quinn's in place. You need to see how this team is going to play out. So I'm glad with the Cowboys playing full tilt right now in the playoffs. Your Saints, they just basically changing the head of the snake, right? Your quarterback, the rest of your
just that.
Well, yeah, just that. But you know what? The rep,
just the Hall of Famer.
No big deal.
Well, you know, the way I look at it is Peyton is the one that makes that go. I mean, to me, look how many quarterbacks they have had in the absence of Drew Brees, and they still kept the car going. So if any team has shown and demonstrated, even without Drew Brees, they still can be formidable opponent, it's been the New Orleans Saints.
I enjoyed this Cowboys optimism that you're shooting my way.
Hold
That's
on.
amazing.
You're saying that when the Saints with Taysom Hill beat the Broncos with a wide receiver playing quarterback by like 3 points or whatever it was all Sean Payton, and that Taysom Hill looked good.
No,
not completing any passes.
Well, no, he didn't look good. But hey, look, we could say the same thing for Jimmy G. Nobody goes out of the way and say, hey, look at the Saints. The 49ers could win even when Jimmy G's not throwing the ball. He's still the quarterback. The bottom line is the Saints.
They drafted Trey Lance.
Well, true story. True story. But what you're able to see is there are teams that still know how to win, even with or without quarterback play. So I don't think the Saints feel like they have the absence of where they need to sew up the defense. They need to find out who their running back is, need to find out what receiving core they have. I don't believe they need to do that. The Cowboys basically we don't know if we have a pass rush. We don't know if we can stop the run. We don't know if our linebackers can cover. We don't know if our secondary can cover. We don't know if our offensive line can protect the quarterback. We don't know anything other than the fact that we have 2 quality running backs and receiving core and a quarterback who's now coming back off of a season-ending injury.
As a Saints fan, the only thing I care about is that they beat Atlanta. That is it. That is it. Beat them twice.
See, that sounds like a Saints fan. Cowboy fans, our bar is a little higher. We expect to win the championship, the Super Bowl, baby, or bust. And this is our year.
You said 2 quality running backs, right?
Exactly.
Wait. Is Pollard not a quality running back?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, wait. You're saying Zeke is not a quality running back?
Stats would suggest
Y'all
otherwise.
are trying to get my gout up. That's what y'all trying to do right now. We're not doing that.
Expect to win the Super Bowl, Ben. That's spoken just like a Cowboy fan. It's been so long since 1996. Do we want to count the presidents or the things that you can do as a 25-year-old now? Because if you were born the day the Cowboys won the last Super Bowl that they were in, or the last conference championship they were in, haven't done that since then. It's been a long time. But I enjoy.
They invented AOL since the Cowboys' last Super Bowl.
I mean, there have been so many iPhones that have come out since then.
All the iPhones, literally all the iPhones.
I mean, what was the size of a computer? Like a laptop? You know, a TV cost like $5,000, and it was a big old bulb. You know,
was a laptop a thing back then?
Yeah. What was invented last time the Texans won a Super Bowl?
Oh, you can't do that,
wait,
man.
what?
Oh, that is so lame. That is not the marquee franchise.
Yeah, I'm not expecting to go and win one either.
Exactly. That's so lame. That's like I've always said this. The Spurs have won 5 titles. That's like me in the year 2050 using that as an argument, man.
I think it is an
There's
argument.
a statute of limitations of that, and it's 10 years. Man.
Absolutely.
Plus, the Cowboys have been around how long? The Texans weren't even a franchise the last time.
The Cowboys have been around since like 1960.
Wait a minute. You act like the Texans are like sea monkeys. You just added water and they just appeared they've been around for over 20 years.
They did.
And
they were an expansion team.
You could literally combine all the quality players they've lost and actually have a championship team.
Oh my God, grill it or chill it. The Cowboys have not done squat since the salary cap. Anyways, let's go on to other topics.
See, this is what this is. Now I've got the Forrest Whitaker eye twitch right now. I can't
All right,
go
but I enjoy the optimism. Okay, I enjoy the optimism because Cowboy fans, two things I'll never understand. One is why they tell me what year they became a fan, because no other franchise does that. No one says, I've been a Cowboys fan since 1984, since 1973. No one asked that. I just asked who you cheer for. And the second thing is basically, I mean, they could come off a 1-15 season and be like, dude, it's our year this year. And man, Cowboy fan and Jets fan have that in common, but the Cowboys have more rings. So
I think
that's
the
good.
Jets are more realistic nowadays.
I think the Saints have been around for a very long time. People don't say they've been a Saints fan for a very long time because they didn't win a long time ago.
Okay, well, here's the thing, Quinn. I'm a fan of the only NFL team who's played a real game in San Antonio and called San Antonio home. Okay, because whatever those glorified practices are at the Alamo Dome to get a bunch of t-shirt sales, there were actual regular season games here in San Antonio when the Saints played, and I went to all those games, and that's when I became a fan because I was a Houston Oilers fan. And when they moved up to Tennessee and Eddie George retired and Steve McNair, what happened to him happened to him. I was without a team. And then the Saints came, so, blame Hurricane Katrina for my fandom, okay? Because that's what happened, right? But let's talk about the Cowboys.
Yes.
Okay, eternal optimism here. Kellen Moore, offensive coordinator, holds a press conference this morning. Lots of topics, and one of the ones he brought up was CeeDee Lamb. Obviously, the Cowboys drafted CeeDee Lamb in the first round last season. Kind of a controversial pick because, he fell to them. He was supposed to go in the top 10, top 12, and he dropped to 17 or something like that, and the Cowboys took him. It's kind of hard to judge his stats because, Dak wasn't there for more than half the season, but he still finished the season with 74 receptions, 935 yards, and 5 touchdowns. What I didn't realize was that despite all that, last year was a COVID year. And because of that, the training camp was pretty much non-existent for the most part. And this is what Kellen Moore has to say about having CeeDee Lamb have a full offseason.
Yeah, obviously we all know the player, how talented he is. And really, I think it's just a comfort level, coming back, very much a lot of the same structure and system that we had last year. He's able to play fast. And again, like all those other guys, he's able to start lining up in other positions. Obviously, last year was unique, limited offseason, limited training camp. And so certainly he played a lot in the slot, but he's a guy who can play all over the field. And, we're going to do that with all of our receivers. We're going to get them all lined up in different positions, and it'll be an opportunity for all of them.
What do you think, man? If CD had Dak all season, 1,200 yards? Is that what you think he would have done?
Oh, without question. I do believe he would have been a very effective receiver. The way that Dak plays the quarterback position, he makes the right throw, outside of sometimes he'll be a little more tunnel vision on a third and short play. But to me, CeeDee Lamb is, if you want to just look in the Renaissance, he's an upgrade of Cole Beasley.
Who, by the way, balled out last year.
Yeah, absolutely. And even when Cole Beasley was a Dallas Cowboy, I felt like he was a very effective slot receiver.
Yeah.
They moved him in motion. They found different outlets when defenses were rolling their coverage. This is where he was underneath. Dak makes that right throw. Now CeeDee Lamb in space. Now they're going to be more creative with utilizing him. And I love him on punts, by the way. I think this is going to be great for him.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb last season was, I guess, technically the Cowboys' number 3 receiver. But he might actually be 1 or 2 this year. I mean, just depending on if he takes that leap. It's possible. Hey, other things that he talked about, we know that whole Dak Prescott injury. And even though I'm not a Cowboys fan, I remember when he got hurt and just feeling so bad. It was heart-wrenching seeing him go out there because I think it's possible to not be a Cowboy fan, but actually be a fan of Dak Prescott as a person and what he does on the field and be very respectful of him. But the one thing is that last year, the Cowboys had Andy Dalton to fall back on, and, he had seen better days. He had been a better player years before, but at least they had that veteran leadership there when it came to a backup, kind of not as good as he used to be. But this year, man, there's some question as to who's going to be the backup quarterback, and Kellen Moore kind of addresses how that trio is doing.
Yeah, good group. Obviously, Garrett, Coop, and Ben, guys who've, were all here last year, and so, giving them all different opportunities, getting them all in there, getting them all involved. I think it's an awesome process. Just let guys play. Let them play. We'll let this thing play itself out, and then we'll see where that takes us. But obviously, we really like all 3. They've done a great job for us, and we'll see what happens.
Real quick, who would you want to see as the backup?
Gilbert. Yeah, I feel like it was Kellen Moore that was actually the challenge in that. I felt like he did not adapt to the strengths of his backup personnel when Andy Dalton went out. I felt like he did not put them in a position to be successful and play a offensive game plan that really worked to that. Trying to the circle in the square peg kind of thing. We were doing double reverse receiver passes, just all kinds of things that were done. I feel like the backup quarterbacks, the team's going to go as Dak goes. That's really what this is about. The backup quarterbacks are not going to be the team that can lead us to anywhere if Dak is not healthy.
You know, I agree with you. I think he is the best option for there. It's not, I mean, hopefully he doesn't see the field, right?
Right.
Hopefully he's only in there for junk time when the Cowboys are up by 20 or 30 points, because the Cowboys have the ability to put up a lot of points. And as long as the defense holds up a little bit, they're going to have a decent year, but that's a long if.
Although not a ringing endorsement saying, yeah, they were all guys who were here last year.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, so was our equipment manager. So, you know, what does that mean?
All right, but someone who has been there a while is Zeke Elliott. And Zeke Elliott, you know, here's the thing, man. He's a young guy, but he's playing like an old man out there, man. And it's just one of those things where his stats are getting worse and worse by the year. And what's up?
I mean, it's funny with Kellen because, or with Zeke, because every year we seem to have a question about what his fitness level is coming into camp. There's always the picture, and the fat Zeke picture, we see it every year around this time.
Yep.
And people have to question coming into camp, how does Zeke look right now?
Great. Zeke's had an awesome offseason. He's looked great out there. He's got total command of the whole thing. He's been great.
So you're saying that he looks like he's in better shape? He's more cut?
Yeah, potentially. Obviously. I think he looks really, really good out there. I mean, just fast, crisp, in and out of things. He's looks really good, and we're excited.
Potentially? Have you not seen him?
He's not deceptively cut like James Pledger.
No, and so, you know, he's got an LT belly. You know, what are you going to do? I mean, he wears his little crop top shirt.
You were going to say a halter top.
I don't know what it is. He wears it in such an unusual manner. It's almost like he's in character of some kind of sitcom.
Yeah, he reminds me of that Wayne brother. What was it from None of the Team? No, it was from the Scary Movie.
Oh,
when he wore the yellow.
Shawn Wayne.
Shawn Wayne. There you go.
Yes. The way that he's characterizing it, in control of things, and he's in and out, and he's just being very ambiguous to it. I don't think Zeke is the bell cow running back anymore anyway.
Thank you.
So I would like to see the Dallas Cowboys use a little bit more of like comparing the Cleveland Browns, but I love the way they use Chubb and Kareem Hunt, like that back and forth, and one running back gets some of the between the tackle runs, the other one's going to get some of the things in space, and then they switch it up so that you really can't key in on exactly how this is going to go. Cowboys need to understand, I know you're paying Zeke to be the bell cow running back. He's not that guy, whether he's in shape or not. To have durability, you got to be a little bit more dynamic with his use.
No, I agree with you. I mean, if you look at Zeke's stats, though, man, they're getting worse and worse by the year. You know, he started off just incredible, 1,600 yards rushing his first year. He dropped to 1,400 a few years ago, then down to 1,350. And last year, 15 games under 1,000 yards rushing. And his yards per attempt also getting lower by the year as well.
That's the key.
Yeah. And Tony Pollard's out there. And Pollard was in the doghouse for the first half of the season last year because he kept on fumbling. But
that was Zeke that was fumbling.
Okay.
You're getting them mixed up.
Okay. Then Pollard was in the doghouse somehow because he wasn't getting any run out there. And then when they finally started putting him out there, you saw a little bit of a 1-2 punch. And I think that's kind of the way the NFL is going these days, is that you need to have that 1-2 punch, a thunder and lightning type of thing. And that doesn't make anything bad about Zeke. I'm not saying anything bad about him. It's just maybe he's not as good as he was before. Maybe they ran him too much. He had so many rushing attempts out there. But, man, training starts coming up the next few weeks or so. It's going to be exciting to watch all those games. And I think we're less than 100 days away from the start of the NFL season, which is awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Hey, when we come back, we're going to be talking about Luka Samanic. Is this a make or break year for him and the Spurs? You're listening to The Blitz on 1250 ESPN, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
Hoops and Hype, the post-up with Brendan Medina and Jack Thompson, a basketball anthology. The culture from the court to kicks for the discerning fan. The post-up, Fridays at 7 after The Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, you need your logo on any gear, you know you need to get into Sammy's Embroidery Club on San Pedro. If you need your logo on shirts, on jackets, on caps, Sammy's Embroidery Club is the place to go. Uniforms, Sam has over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Medical, restaurant, service industry, construction, camo gear, safety gear. Sammy has it all. And not just embroidery, silkscreen shirts for any occasions. Maybe you got a family reunion coming up. You want that t-shirt made so everybody in the family has that family reunion t-shirt? Sammy will get it done for you. Maybe your employees need silkscreen t-shirts. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. Sammy has all the big name brands, and he's the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too small, certainly no order too big. Check the website, samsembroidery.com, or get into that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or call Sammy, 210-824-3900, 824-3900 for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
A great meal starts with great meat. Rob and Jason here for Tri-County Meat Market, the best meat market in San Antonio. It's locally owned and full service. Tri-County has carefully selected certified prime Angus beef cuts, Wagyu, and upper choice.
Tri-County has everything you need to up your grilling game, from beef, chicken, pork, fajitas, poppers, and more. Stock up on their Pick 5 for $25. Tri-County Meat Market, 2 locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Huebner Road, and online at tricountymeat.com.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Introducing in-person payments from PayPal, a touch-free way for your customers to pay and tip. Whether you're a hot dog vendor.
Mustard? You gotta have the mustard.
A personal trainer.
Don't you drop those knees, Sandra!
Or a boba shop.
Rude to pearly perfection.
Signing up your business is easy. Simply download the PayPal app and display your own unique QR code for your customers to scan, pay, and tip too. Shop safe with touch-free QR code payments. Fees may apply. For more info, go to paypal.com/us/getQRcode.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
No ties for Dad this year. Give him what he really wants. Cash money, baby. That's right. Score $1,000 for Father's Day for your dad. Register now at ESPNSA.com. That's it. It's that simple. So put the ties and socks away this year and score Dad some cash for Father's Day. ESPN San Antonio's $1,000 for dad. Again, register at espnsa.com. Welcome back to the Blitz, brought to you by the Thompson Law Firm, an experienced personal injury attorney. It's only a phone call away at 900-0400. Again, that's 900-0400. You might be thinking to yourself, that's not Rob. That's not Jason. That's because it's not. My name is Michael Jimenez, former Rock the Mic champ, joined by Quinn Hudson, our reigning Rock the Mic champ. We are the co-hosts of the Sunday Sports Grill on 1250 ESPN. We're filling in for Jason and Rob. They have a 3-day weekend. Fantastic. We're having a lot of fun today. Pledge is behind the glass producing this show. So this segment, let's talk about the Spurs. The draft is coming, or the lottery is actually in a few weeks. And, the Spurs right now are slotted at 12, have an 8% chance of moving up, have a small chance of moving back down. But one of the questions that keeps popping up is, hey, what happened to Luka Samanic? Is he going to be an integral part of this team moving forward? Now, he showed some glimpses while on the court for the Spurs. He tore it up in Austin, man. He did a fantastic job in Austin, but he's entering his final year with the Spurs. Now, the Spurs can pick up a team option down the road, but technically this could be his final year for the Spurs. Quinn, do you have any hope that he can be a 15 to 20-minute player for the Spurs this upcoming season?
No, I don't, because with their current roster as it stands, I don't believe the Spurs organization has decided what they want to do with their young talent, period. And if you've been watching the season, you've seen Keldon Johnson get inconsistent minutes.
Yeah.
Vassell, inconsistent minutes. You just don't know who this team is, what they're going to do with the veterans, the Patty Mills, the DeRozan, what they're going to do with the Rudy Gay's, the Trey Lyles, like all of this stuff. They need to figure this all out. When you look around the league, no matter what you think about certain players, Slow-Mo is getting run, right? He played very well with Memphis. Forbes, they are trusting this young player in Milwaukee. How is it that these young talented players that were once on Spurs roster, if you go back to when they were Spurs, although they had their deficiencies, the Spurs never trusted them like these teams are trusting these players. And I feel like this is the problem. The Spurs are great with flushing out foreign talent, young talent, their farming system. But when it comes to them putting on the black and silver, this is where it does not come. We don't get to bear the fruits of this labor. So no, I don't have any high expectations. For 3 seasons, we still haven't seen him.
Man, I'm happy for Bryn Forbes, but it's painful to watch him go off for Milwaukee Bucks.
It is.
Going off for 20 plus pretty much each game.
Yeah.
He's a defensive liability, but if he's shooting lights out, you got to have him on the court. Now, you can reach out to us and talk to us on Twitter. My handle's at 210FantasyGod. Quinn is at Quinn Hudson, or you can reach out to us on Facebook Live or the Kielbasa Bacon phone lines, which is at 656 ESPN. And that's where we have David. He wants to talk about the Spurs. What's up, David?
Hey, man, thanks for taking my call. I'm a longtime listener, and I guess that liability for Forbes, is why I wanted to take us a different way, is because of the 2 guys that you're taking the place of go to the games, and they would tell us all the time that they would hear all the other players yelling at Forbes to get in position in another spot. And so that's all I'll touch there. But I'm as happy for him too. He's a good guy. A good guy's a good guy. And if I can just fill in a few holes in what you guys were talking about earlier, we all just wear our Cowboys stuff till November when we pick a playoff team. And, the Saints will be fine with Hill. Don't worry about him. And I'm in tears with Pledge. They don't even show the Texans here in San Antonio anymore, where their games are gone. But just letting you know that I'm following your show. You guys are doing a hell of a job, just like you do on Sunday when I'm making barbecue. But now let me get to the questions that I had.
Sure.
And hopefully we can stir up, because I'd like a few more people to chime in on this. Skip Bayless and the other guy that played just reminded me, but I forgot again, the Denver Bronco receiver.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp.
Thank you. They had a back and forth argument about Manu Ginobili, and Skip Bayless says that he thought Manu Ginobili is the most valuable Spur ever. And, of course, Shannon chimed in with, the other big names that came in. But, that's been eating at me for a week. I brought it up to my wife, who's just a casual, sports person, and some of her friends. And they all said, and I said, Manu really didn't start. He was a six man. She goes, David, at the end of the game, what time was it? It was Manu time. And then I had a second question about the coach that I talked to Pledge about, but I'm going to throw out the second question, then I'll hang up and get out of the way. Hopefully the train comes. Is Robert Horry a Hall of Famer? And you guys are doing a wonderful job. I'm proud of you guys, and I'll hang up. Goodbye.
Hey, David, thank you so much for the call, and thank you for grilling while watching the Sunday Sports Grill. We really do appreciate that. Lots there. I will say this. Before he passed, Kobe Bryant said that Manu Ginobili and Dwayne Wade were the greatest shooting guards that he has ever played against. That, in his era. Okay, I know he played against Jordan and whatnot, but as far as his contemporaries, he named Dwayne Wade and Manu Ginobili. So I'm going to go ahead and say that Kobe knows what he was talking about. Okay. As far as, other issues, as far as whether Manu was the heart and soul of the team, is he the reason why the Spurs won titles? He is part of the reason, but it's a three-legged stool, man, because you needed Tony, you needed Parker, you needed Duncan, and they all brought something. Duncan won without Tony and Manu. But later on in his career, there's no way in the world Duncan could have won later on in his career without Tony and Manu. So it was all important. Now, as far as Horry, I think he is a Hall of Famer. And people will say no, but I think that he is.
So a lot to unpack here. And David, thank you again. Just echoing Michael. I appreciate you coming in and listening to the show and calling in. First, I don't want to poo-poo Ginobili's significance because he is an integral part to the success of this Spurs, all of the championships that he was a part of. Tim Duncan is the heart and soul. The reason why Tim Duncan was a selfless superstar enabled other players to flourish in his greatness. While he was a dominant player, they were still able to eat. Look at a player like a LeBron. Look at how players aren't made better. Chris Bosh regress. Everybody has to acquiesce. Whereas around Tim Duncan, everybody actually blossoms. You actually have better performances when Tim Duncan was in his prime. So to me, that's where Tim Duncan comes into play. Robert Horry, big shot, Bob. He is the truth. I do believe he's a Hall of Famer, specifically because he was clutch. And that is indisputable of how much impact he was as a shooter and a contributor on multiple teams. He found a way to be an impact player. Absolutely.
Robert Horry, Hall of Famer?
Yes, hands down.
It's weird. He may only average 7, 8, 9 points for his career, but you cannot tell the NBA story without him.
Nope.
And man, the way he performed for the Spurs in 2005, Spurs would not have that title if it wasn't for Robert Horry. Just go back, look at those YouTube highlights. Game 6 was amazing. So yeah,
Lakers as well.
Yeah. It's one of those things like Eli Manning. Eli Manning was a 500 player for his entire career, but he beat Brady twice, and because of that, he will be a future Hall of Famer. Hey, this is the Blitz. When we come back, we're going to be talking more about sports. Obviously, at 6 o'clock, there's going to be a director, a documentary director, joining us, talking about the glory days of boxing, talking about like when Sugar Ray Leonard was in his prime, and Marvin Hagler and Thomas Hearns. I absolutely love this documentary. We're going to be talking to the director of that, and it's Grill It or Chill It. LeBron James. Was it right or wrong for him to walk off the court without shaking everybody's hands? This is the Blitz on 1250 ESPN, 94.5 FM, and we're on the go at ESPNSA.com.
It's a good thing this video game is rated mature because it's going to be babysitting the kids tonight.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
San Antonio's sports leader. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM. All day, every day.
The weekend is here, my friends, and I know where you need to be. That's Twin Peaks. They got 3 locations around San Antonio popping and waiting for you right now. And when the weekends are here, the screens are full of all of our favorite sports. You're looking for racing, it's on. You're looking for playoff basketball, it is on. And when you're sitting enjoying, all you're looking for, did you know today is Moonshine Day? Head over and have some of the distilled secrecy served at your local lodge. It's a national moonshine kind of a day. Have you ever had apple pie moonshine or dill pickle moonshine? They got it. Twin Peaks, 3 great locations, 151 and 410, Days of All and I-10 over in Park Northland. Head over to Twin Peaks for that fantastic eats. Oh, those spectacular mixologist drinks. But why do we go? It's those scenic views.
Now's the time to get a great deal on proven Kubota farming equipment, tractors that are adaptable and versatile, hay tools that are backed by a 2-year warranty, and durable Sidekick utility vehicles and SSV skid steers. The Kubota agriculture lineup is built right, built ready. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, now through June 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Are you tired of being sidelined by nagging pain? Hi, I'm Emmett Smith, Hall of Famer and Dance with the Stars champion. Happy to tell you about QC Kinetics and their biologic therapies for treating pain without drugs or surgery.
Are you suffering from chronic pain in your hips, knees, shoulder, or lower back? Are you tired of living with arthritis pain? QC Kinetics offers natural pain treatment that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints.
Listen, I know pain, and I've seen firsthand how powerful biologic therapies can be. Patients at QC Kinetics rave about their result because they're getting their lives back. They are getting moving again.
These exciting regenerative treatments used to be available only to pro athletes like Emmett. Now they're available to anyone thanks to QC Kinetics. Call today for your free consultation.
Get long-lasting results from my friends at QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics 210-571-0318. 2 area locations, QC Kinetics 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter doesn't file tax returns. We can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected, so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Join the Blitz Thursdays at 6 p.m. for Grilling with the Blitz. Submit your recipes, pictures at ESPNSA.com under the Win tab. Every week is a chance to win a new $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. Grilling with the Blitz every single Thursday at 6 p.m. You're listening to the Blitz. I'm Quinn Hudson along with Michael Jimenez filling in for Rob and Jason today. And we're enjoying it on this nice Friday, having some fun, talking some basketball, talking some NFL, talking horse racing, a lot going on in sports right now. But this is our favorite segment that we do on our Sundays, and it's called Grill It or Chill It.
Yes, sir.
Now, the way the Grill It or Chill It works is we throw a topic out there, and if it's hot and we go with it and we like it, we grill it. And if we're not feeling it and it's something that can wait, then we're just going to chill it. I don't know why. I just can smell gin when I hear those ice cubes.
I don't know why your voice got deeper. You got
man. I almost went into it, man. It's like that.
You turned very R&B, man.
Smooth, easy listening.
Heath Sweat coming up.
Now, hey, I wanna. Let's do it. All right, so grill it or chill it. Okay, Coach K, Mike Krzyzewski, the Duke Blue Devils, he is going to retire at the end of next season. He's going to do his swan song. He's going to do his little tour and get all his love fest and all that stuff. He says in a press conference, okay, it's not the players just going to other colleges. It's not the success that Duke hasn't had in recent memory. It is because he wants to spend time with his wife of 40 plus years. So grill it or chill it. Coach K, is he stepping down about his wife, or do you believe it's something else?
I think it's time. I mean, at some point it's time. So I'm going to go ahead and grill it and say that he wants to spend time with his wife. I mean, he's been there forever. I have no idea how old he is, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that he's around 70. Okay. At some point, this gets to be old. And I know he's been married to his wife for like 40 plus years. And you're asking the question, well, why does he want to spend time with her now? Maybe it's because he looks around and thinks, I don't have as much time in my life anymore. Want to spend time with the wifey. I respect that.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm not buying it. I believe there's a little bit more to it. I do believe he has the coaching pedigree where he has the right to step down whenever he wants. He has nothing else left to prove as a coach for sure. And so it could be for family reasons, as they stated, as he said in the press conference, he's got family and all that stuff. So he might just be doing it, but I'm a little side-eyed.
Yeah, he also had the worst record he's ever had in Duke last year.
Yeah.
All right. So last night, LA Lakers got knocked out of the playoffs. LeBron James doing something that he's done before. He walked off the court without shaking the opponent's hands. Grill it or chill it. That's a big deal.
Grill it. You know, the Bron apologists will always defend him no matter what. For me, LeBron James as a person, I have no issue with. Even with his basketball talents, I think it's deserving. But his antics on the court is what makes him least desirable. You know, you could see him thumping his chest and doing his old, bring the roof down and the powder that he took from Michael Jordan. Yes. And all the stuff he does, the scowl when he's winning and front running. But when things don't go right, his body language is terrible. Not just walking off the court. It's the pouting. It's the gesture. You mentioned walking on the court when he's basically managing his energy. Sometimes he's doing it because he's trying to show up his teammates to show how disappointed he is in a decision or a missed shot. It's all those things that makes him not as likable for people who are more casual fans.
Yeah, I'll grill it too. I think it's a big deal. Simply because everything that he does is thought out. It's contrived, right? And, he took pictures afterwards with Devin Booker, and it just annoyed me. It's just like, why couldn't you do this on the court? But I don't know. Maybe he just gets upset and just wants to pout about it, and that's just his thing, man. And one thing I see this whole TikTok and memes out there about how he's always reading the first page of books. That every time you see him with a book, he's never in the middle of a book. It's always the first 2 pages. Like, what the heck's going on there? So it's all fake. It is all fake. But he's a top 5 player of all time, so that's just kind of that is what it is.
Yeah. So this coming weekend is kind of flying under the radar, even though it's getting some attention, but not what you would see in the past. Mayweather has a fight this weekend.
No way.
Yeah, Logan Paul. So he's got this fight coming up this weekend. Is his legacy at stake by the outcome of this fight? Grill it or chill it?
I'm going to chill it. He's an all-time great. And I have given way too much money to this man for my entire life. But the time that he sucker punched somebody who wanted to tap gloves, I don't know, that was probably about 10 years ago or so. I dropped off the Mayweather train. I do not care about Floyd Mayweather. I don't care who he fights. I do not care. I've given way too much money in pay-per-view and all that stuff to that guy. Not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to chill it on this because I do believe his reputation is already set in stone. I'm not a fan of Mayweather as a boxing fan. He's not. He definitely he's defensive specialist. He's a counter puncher, but he does not make fights. Styles make fights, and he does not. He doesn't give you the fight you want because he's going to fight to win the best strategy. And I don't think this is going to be any different. I think Logan Paul is going to have a difficulty hitting him, and I don't think at this age Mayweather is going to take punches that he never took even in his prime. I think it's going to be a money grab, and he'll be out.
So coming up, the French Open's going on right now, right?
Yep.
So I find it interesting that on the women's side of the draw, the top 3 seeds are all gone. Okay. First and third lost. Naomi Osaka withdrew. So now who's sitting there at number 7? Who won that 3rd round match today in straight sets 6-4, 6-4? The GOAT. Serena Williams is still in the hunt out there. She has not won a major in quite some time. It's been about 4 years since she last won a major. Grill it or chill it. if she pulls off the French Open at age 39, it would be a greater accomplishment than what Phil Mickelson did a couple of weeks ago by winning the PGA Championship.
Grill it. Yes, it absolutely would. Not to take anything from Phil Mickelson at the age of 50, definitely wasn't a heroic feat that he did. But Serena
Sounds
is
like you're taking something from Phil Mickelson.
well, yeah, you see, it's coming. But what Serena is chasing is legendary. Not just of a major rising up to win one more time. She is still chasing history. And like you stated, she hasn't won in over 4 years. She's a mom now. She's fighting age. She's getting older. Tougher competition. The French Open, not her best major. This is the difficult one playing on clay. So I believe this is going to be, if Serena can pull this together, albeit the top seeds who've fallen out, you still have to win out. And I believe this will be an unbelievable feat for Serena, and I'm pulling for her.
Of all the majors, the French Open is the one that she has won the fewest amount of times. 3 times. The last time was back in 2015. It's been a while. Going to be honest, was never really a big Serena fan. I did cheer for Venus a lot, but I would like to see this. Yeah. I mean, she's an American going out there. She is the GOAT. Like you said, she's a mom. I'm excited about it. So she's on to the 4th round. She's halfway there.
Nice.
Hey, when we come back, let's debate something that you and I debate over the phone sometimes. What is the greatest Will Ferrell movie out there? I want Pledge's take on this as well. He's already grabbing the mic. What's going on?
Oh, no, I'm excited about this. I've been thinking about it all day because I keep bouncing between like 5 different movies.
Oh, man.
Very cool. And at 6 o'clock, we have a director of a documentary who's going to be joining us. There's a documentary that's going to debut on Showtime this weekend about the glory days of boxing. Hagler, Hearns, we got Sugar Ray Leonard. I loved it. It was a great part 1 that I saw. You're listening to The Blitz on 1250 ESPN, 94.5 FM. We're on the go at ESPNSA.com.
Sundays are for the grill. The Sunday Sports Grill, 11 in the morning to 1. Chop it up and grill with former and current Rock the Mic champs Michael Jimenez and Quinn Hudson. The Sunday Sports Grill, 11 to 1 every Sunday.
Rob Thompson here for Arasti. Do you feel stuck in pain? Is something bothering you that will not let you go? Are you dealing with a tight back or a frozen shoulder? Maybe it's plantar fasciitis in your feet and you just can't get around, or tightness in your neck. Whatever it might be, I want you to call my friends at Arasti. Arasti providers successfully resolve most chronic pain and soft tissue injuries like sprains and pulls in a remarkably short amount of time. Their hands-on approach to improve the healing potential of your body and targeting the area of pain is so successful that 99.7% of Arasti patients say they'd recommend Arasti to their friends and family. And the news gets better. When you go to an Arasti provider, they're going to accept most insurances, and you will never need a referral to go see a provider. And they're all around San Antonio. I want you to go to their website, Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. You'll see a map of all the providers. I'm sure there's one less than 10 minutes from where you are now. If you're dealing with something painful that is keeping you out of life, there is a fix out there, and it is Arasti. Call Arasti today. Go get yourself fixed, and before you know it, you'll be back in the game. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call an Arasti provider today, and I am sure you'll thank me later.
It's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with these hot items for dads and grads. Featuring the Titleist TSI family of drivers. Faster in the air, longer off the tee, and straighter down the fairway. And don't miss these hot gifts from Bushnell, like the Tour V5 or the Tour V5 Shift with pin seeker technology. Or the Wingman with Bluetooth and audible GPS for distance. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. And shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
Looking for a protein-packed snack to power you through the day? Of course you are. Only Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds have the bold flavors that stand out in the Me Too snack aisle. Sea salt and cracked black pepper, pineapple ancho chili, pasilla chili cheese, and more. Take your snacking to higher flavor levels with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. And keto fans, you're going to love this low-carb crunch. Visit your local H-E-B and southernrecipesmallbatch.com to see the power of the rind.
It's a baseball summer, and the San Antonio Missions are back on at the Wolf this Tuesday for $2 Tuesday. The Missions battle the Midland Rockhounds. Come out and enjoy $2 tickets, parking, beer, and sausage wraps. Gates open at 6 p.m. with the first pitch at 7:05. Go to samissions.com for tickets and details. That's samissions.com. Wolf Stadium is now open to 100% capacity for Missions Baseball. Let's get back to fun. Play ball!
It's time for some straight talk. You've got real work to do, but everyone's sucking up the free Wi-Fi faster than a Mocha Choco double frap on ice. So be your own hotspot. Now with Straight Talk Wireless, get 10 gigs of hotspot data with the ultimate unlimited plan. Just $55 a month on America's largest and most dependable networks. You don't have to find a hotspot. You are the hotspot. Straight Talk Wireless.
No contract, no compromise. Compatible device required. See straighttalk.com.
Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game, and now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
Want to hear how easy it is to get rid of those black streaks on your roof with Spray and Forget? Check this out. This is you spraying your roof. And this is you forgetting about it. That's it. No scrubbing, no rinsing. It does the work for you. Those stains caused by algae, mold, and mildew will disappear over time. Works on asphalt, wood, slate, and clay roofs. So you can just forget about it. Spray and Forget. Available at the Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, and Menards.
This will be the only time you want to wake up with a hangover. The Saturday morning hangover with James Pledger and Jack Thompson every Saturday morning from 9 to 11. Watch it online or on our Facebook pages and YouTube or at espnsa.com. And tomorrow I'm filling in for Jack on that show. So it's going to be me and Pledge, my mentor, my Obi-Wan. Welcome back to the Blitz on 1250 ESPN 94.5 FM, and we're on espnsa.com. My name's Michael Jimenez, joined by Quinn Hudson. We are both Rock the Mic champions. I'm 2019, Quinn is 2020. And before the break, we threw out the topic because we like talking about pop culture nostalgia on our show, The Sunday Sports Grill. And we're filling in for Jason and Rob today. So we always bring out some movie questions, music questions, and things like that. And I thought I had a harmless question here, which is, what are the 3 best Will Ferrell movies? And we started looking at his filmography over the break, and we were banging our heads on the wall. Pledge started screaming from the other room, "There's so many!
So many good movies!"
So I thought, okay, let's name our 3 favorite Will Ferrell movies, going from 3, 2 to 1. But because Pledge is having such issues here, I want to go to him first. Pledge, give me 3.
Okay, my 33 top Will Ferrell movies are. I mean, it's just really hard because even like when he has a small role, like in Wedding Crashers, like he steals the show.
Dude, when he was Mugatu in Zoolander.
Yes. Oh my goodness. That Hansel, he's so hot right now. I mean, he's just fantastic in so many things. Now, they're not all hits.
Yeah.
But there are a bunch of things like Kicking and Screaming. I don't think that gets enough credit.
Right.
Because I found like that movie is extremely funny to me. Not as funny as his other works, but it's really funny. He was in Night at the Roxbury, if you remember.
Yeah.
So
what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Yeah, so if I had to go and narrow it to 3, number 3 has to be Elf. It's quintessential holiday movie.
Good.
He is fantastic in that.
Mm-hmm. There's no right or wrong answers.
I know there's not. Number 2, I'm going to give it to Step Brothers just because he is the lead in that.
Yeah.
Step Brothers is the lead. Well, actually, no. I'm going to go old school because while he was the third in that movie, like he was still incredibly funny as just kind of not the main, but just kind of the off main character. So I'm going to go old school instead of Step Brothers because I didn't want two John C. Reilly and dang it. No, I can't. All right, so I'm going to go Elf for the quintessential holiday movie. I'm going to go Talladega Nights, number 2, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby, because that is extremely amazing and so quotable. And for my number 1 movie, it is his other most quotable movie. It's Anchorman.
Mm-hmm.
Anchorman, man. Ron Burgundy. Like, he spun that off into a podcast that is freaking awesome. I've been diving in. He's got this Ron Burgundy podcast where he brings people on and he's just Ron Burgundy the whole time. And it's fantastic.
I've never seen Pledge so flustered. That's amazing.
There's so many.
Quinn, give me your top 3.
I've got Talladega Nights at 3.
So your list is already wrong. Got it.
I've got Step Brothers at 2. And I've got Anchorman. To me, it's gold.
Milk was a bad choice.
I'm in a glass case of emotions is a quote that me and my friends continue to use to this day. It's just greatness, man. So yeah, there's no wrong answers, but yeah, Anchorman.
Bike was my whole life, man. What's the most important thing to you? Well, I love San Diego. a good scotch. Oh, and Baxter.
What are
my best friend?
A man punted Baxter? Got Paul Rudd in that movie. We need to go do like one of the best Paul Rudd movies because I saw Forgetting Sarah Marshall the other day. God, he's amazing.
Not just what are the best Paul Rudd movies. Which movies does Paul Rudd look youngest in?
Yeah,
because I'm guessing he looks older in some than he does now.
Yeah, ironically, he doesn't look youngest in Clueless.
Yeah.
He looks younger in more modern movies. It's amazing.
Now, for my 3, I ask myself the question, does he have to be the leading role in there, right? And does he have to be the funniest person in there? So I'm going to have a controversial number 3, I think. I think The Other Guys is brilliant. The whole thing
was a lead. It was him and Wahlberg.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it was a dry sense of humor. That whole thing with Eva Mendes was incredible when she's going back and forth across the street.
Yes,
to say goodbye to him and all that stuff. Oh my God, I love Eva Mendes, and she was so funny in that movie. Samuel Jackson and The Rock, they were in it for like 5 minutes, but oh my God, I remember the first time I saw that scene where he says, "You think what I'm thinking? Aim for the bushes." Oh, I laughed so hard when that happened. I'm going to put down number 2 as Elf. It's a great movie. It's a family movie. That's a movie that we'll be watching on TNT in the year 2050 and 2060. Very rarely do you have like a hit Christmas song, kind of like Mariah Carey's "It's All I Want for Christmas." This is the movie version of it. And number 1 has to be Anchorman. It's just brilliant. Paul Rudd, Steve Carell. It's the most quotable movie that I've seen in the last 20 years. By the way, Brandon Medina reached out to me and saying, thank you to Pledge for putting respect on Kicking and Screaming. And he sent me a gif of
that's my gif.
Oh really? I'm no Juice Box Boy.
Michael's having a hard time discerning who texts her from in a group message.
It's a small picture, man. I mean, come on.
I'm no Juice Box Boy.
Oh my God. We've got 30 more minutes of show coming up. We have a director who has a new documentary premiering on Showtime this weekend, The Glory Days of Boxing, The Four Kings, man. I'm looking forward to this conversation. And later on, talk about graduations, man. Right now, a lot of people are graduating high school. Let's go back in time and see who we were when we were 18 years old. This is The Blitz on 1250 ESPN, 94.5 FM. And we're on the go at ESPNSA.com.
We all like things to be easy and convenient, and New Brakes has done that with brake repair. Jason Minix here for New Brakes, nubrakes.com. They're a mobile brake shop. They will come to your home or office or wherever you are and fix your brakes. If your brakes are bad or going bad, go to nubrakes.com and schedule your repair. New Brakes provides convenient and affordable brake repairs, and they only fix brakes, so you won't get the upsells like at a traditional repair shop. Most repairs are done in less than an hour. New Brakes uses premium brake parts, and they back all repairs with a 24-month, 24,000-mile warranty. If your brakes are squeaky or grindy, go to nubrakes.com. Schedule your repair. Save 10% when you mention my name or ESPN San Antonio. nubrakes.com. Busy at work or just relaxing at the house, you continue to do what you do while New Brakes fixes your brakes. They're great at what they do. Go read all their 5-star reviews and schedule your repair at nubrakes.com.
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, your home to 7 days a week happy hour. Come eat, drink, and socialize safely at all 4 Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar locations. And now you can join us bright and early at the newest location, Slackers Medical Center. Now opens at 7 a.m. to serve our valued medical community. Nurses, doctors, frontline workers, and staff, we thank you. Slackers Medical Center at Fredericksburg and Medical Drive. Visit slackersbarssa.com for more info. Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, now with 4 area locations to quench your thirst.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-990-6271 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-990-6271.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
ESPN San Antonio, all day, every day. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM, KCTC San Antonio. Jason Minutes, Rob Thompson, The Blitz.
Taiwan. There's a Blitz on ESPN San Antonio, 1250 AM, 94.5 FM, and on the go.
That's not how it's done.
It is the Blitz. That it?
Anymore.
It is the Blitz. It is the Blitz.
There we go.
All right. On 1250 ESPN, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com. Welcome back, substitute teachers in the house. My name is Michael Jimenez, co-host of the Sunday Sports Grill, along with Quinn Hudson, our reigning Rock the Mic champ. We host that show on Sundays from 11 to 1, sports, pop culture, all things nostalgic. We get really old sometimes on that show. Hey, Quinn and Pledge, during the break, Jeff Garcia of News 4 San Antonio and Locked On Spurs sent me a text and says, I got Pledge as champ kind because he pictures you saying, I'm Mr. Musk. Quinn as Brian Fantana with the whole Sex Panther thing.
60% of the time, it works every time.
And he has me as Brick Tamlin screaming, loud noises!
I love Lamp.
I love Lamp. It's such a great movie, man. I don't care. And it even works well on Comedy Central or on TBS. It still works.
My apartment smells of many leather-bound books.
And rich mahogany. I want to be on you. That line works all the time at the Rue Pub, doesn't it, Pledge?
Been known to dabble in jazz flute.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
It's the pleats. It's very flattering in the crotchal area.
999. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you heard, but I just said 1,000 of those.
Can go on and on. We can go all the way to 6:30. Oh, by the way, the show is going to 6:30 because we're ending early. Texas Rangers baseball is going on today. We were supposed to have a guest at 6 o'clock. Did the guest call in?
Well, it's 6 o'clock here, so in England, it's got to be like what, 5 in the morning?
It's like a 7. He's in England right now.
Eh.
Oh, you sound like you're from London. Sorry, that's like Paul Rudd from Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh my God.
But Chef on the Bobby, eh?
Don't do anything. You got to do a little bit more than that. God, that's a great movie. That's a great movie. And yeah, Will Ferrell kind of is the GOAT of comedies the last 25 years.
Yes.
But Forgetting Sarah Marshall is up there with me. I mean, yeah, there's 3 or 4 Will Ferrell movies that are better, but I would rack and stack Forgetting Sarah Marshall like in that number 6 area, so I love that movie so much.
What's a comedy movie that you laugh the most at?
Still to this day, Airplane.
The original.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta put Harlem Nights as my funniest comedy.
Oh, Coming to America also.
Yeah, that's good too.
I liked the second Coming to America. You're completely against.
I did go back and watch it. I did go back and watch it a second time, and I hated it just as much as the first time.
Hey, guess what? Our guest is here. So on Sunday, there's a 4-part documentary series premiering on Showtime called The Kings. It focuses on the golden age of boxing, the rivalries between Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hitman Hearns, and Roberto Duran. We're joined live by the documentary's director, Matt Whitecross. Hey, Matt, you're in England right now, huh?
I'm actually in Portugal.
Oh, in Portugal.
With, sitting in a hotel lobby trying to get Wi-Fi signal, which is why I'm late. Apologies.
No worries. What time is it over there right now?
It's midnight. It's just gone midnight.
Oh, it's not too bad. It's not last call or anything.
Okay. It's pretty respectable. No. On a Friday night, it's pretty good.
Very cool, bro. Thanks for joining the show. Gotta admit, man, I really liked the first part of the documentary that you have out there that's coming out on Showtime. I liked it because it kind of brought back my childhood, because I remember growing up watching Hearns and Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard, and it was kind of like interesting seeing that it was a paper, rock, scissor type of thing where one would beat the other, who would beat the other, who would beat the other. Why did you do a documentary on these 4?
That's such a good way of putting it. I wish that could have been the title. Paper, rock, scissors. We struggled for a while about a title because there were so many potential good ones. We should have gone with that one. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I think, at least I can only speak from my perspective. This is a Limey coming over from the UK to the US to try and tell an American story. So it was very presumptuous of me in the first place. But I got contacted by the producers who I'd made a film with a couple of years ago about the British band Oasis, and they had this story. They said, "Look, we're talking to Showtime about it." And immediately I was like, I don't know if I'm the right person for this, because like everyone, I love watching the big fights. But I didn't really know this era. I was too young to see it first time round. And they started telling me about the 4 Kings. I was like, I know all about Ali like everyone. I know all about Tyson like everyone. But I missed out on this era in between. And they said, no, that's great, because we feel like there's a lot of people out there, like a younger generation, who will maybe have heard of some of these names, but
they fall off.
They won't know
there
that was my in. I was like, okay, look, I'm going to approach this from a point of humility and stupidity, and ask a bunch of dumb questions and hopefully get to the truth of the matter.
I think that's great, Matt. This is Quinn, and so this is also in my wheelhouse. As a kid, these fighters were fighting at a time where my father and we were watching these fights together. The Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hitman Hearns. I was a Thomas Hitman Hearns fan. As a kid, he brought the heavy hand. The knockout artist. Sugar Ray Leonard had a lot of flair and a lot of sizzle. He was a performer as well as a boxer in the ring that galvanized a lot of fan base, and the controversial fights and how much it took Hearns, admittedly later in his career, how much he put so much into these fights. To have these fighters all basically coexisting in the same era is monumental. What do you think the takeaway will be for people who are being introduced to this that didn't live it?
Well, I guess, I mean, it's such a big question, isn't it? Right. So to unpack it a little bit, what's different then to what we have today? You know, I spoke to a lot of different people who are experts in this field, and spoke to the boxers themselves and the trainers and the promoters and everyone. I mean, I guess back in the day, what we had was these fantastic fighters willing to fight each other. It's not like we don't have any good fighters now, but like we had these 4 guys and more, you know, if you can count Benitez and a few others around the same level and the same time, who were fantastic, who were willing to go out there and risk everything for that pursuit of glory. Now, where did they come from? I guess, you know, there was more of an amateur field in the old days. You know, there was more. I mean, these things still exist, obviously, but it was more the people. There was more of a structure, I guess, for people to pursue that goal, and then there was an audience for it as well. You know, I think now, of course, the current system makes more money for the boxers or certain boxers, and it makes more money for promoters. But you know, it's not a universal thing in the way that it used to be. Like every single week, the whole planet stopped and watched these fights, and that just doesn't exist anymore.
You know, this was an incredible time for boxing. I was a Marvin Hagler fan. He's left-handed. I'm left-handed. So I really kind of connected with that. And he always seemed to have a chip on his shoulder because he was always overlooked. And he was so great out there. I honestly believe that he beat Sugar Ray Leonard at times when Sugar Ray was declared the winner. But when I was watching the first part of the documentary, I kept on thinking to myself, wow, maybe Sylvester Stallone should pay royalties to these guys, because it just seems like a lot of what was going on ended up being on the Rocky scripts. Well, first of all, Sugar Ray Leonard is Apollo Creed. Okay, he is a showman. He is the showman. Yeah. It's all about the sound bites. It's all about the image, the squeaky clean, the clean cut, the sell to everybody type of thing. And then I was taking a look at Roberto Duran, because it's mentioned in the first episode or the first part of the series that he would go after the car that Sugar Ray Leonard's wife was in to talk trash. And that's what Clubber Lang did in Rocky III in a way, right? So so do you think that art imitated reality there?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I guess reality imitated art, imitated reality, because so Rocky is what, 79? So that's just at that moment when, Ali is on his way out, just as we begin our story, and Ali's on his way out, Rocky's there, and I think that film galvanized people's love of boxing once again, because people were like, well, there's nothing after Ali, right? So Larry Holmes was there, but he wasn't Ali. Like, no one could be Ali. So then we had to look to the lighter weights. And it's funny because, yeah, certainly with the later Rockies, I'm sure there's an influence there. I know that Duran helped Stallone train. At a certain point, they were sparring, and Stallone was like, please don't hit me in the face. And then he suddenly realized, like, if this guy lets himself off the leash, he can destroy me in seconds. But they had a friendship that went on for years. So I'm sure there was a kind of back and forth between those things. But Duran was someone who, it's funny now to think of it, because, like we could talk about Tyson, we talk about Ali, but Duran is someone like in Latin America who's probably bigger than either of those guys combined. And he was very much part of Hollywood royalty for a long time. He was friends with De Niro and friends with Stallone. And I'm sure part of his life and part of the life of Leonard made its way into those scripts.
Do you think the Hagler-Hearns fight is the greatest fight of all time?
Well, it's controversial, isn't it? Certainly the opening round, for my money, is as great as any round that's ever been fought. It's interesting. I mean, I think it's fantastic. Like it's an out and out war. It's just devastation, every single punch. Then probably of the fights that we covered in this one, the 9 fights the Four Kings fought between each other, I kind of prefer Leonard Hearns 1, only because there's the stakes. I don't know. I mean, it's neck and neck, but the stakes in that are so high, and and it keeps them changing. And every single round, you think you've got it figured out. It's like, okay, well, this is Leonard's fight. No, it's Hearns. No, it's Leonard. No, it's Hearns. And it keeps them evolving. So the way they fight each other is so different. But yeah, Hagler Hearns, if you just want to watch two people absolutely go out there and destroy each other, then that's the one. What I loved about the opportunity that we had on this show with that the Showtime gave us and producers gave us was that, yes, two people step inside the ring. Yes, they're on their own, but also they represent something bigger than themselves. And certainly in the case of these two, if you take it back to their childhood and what happened in Newark and Detroit in the late 70s and the uprisings there was something else going. In the late 60s, 67. And what happened between the two of them, I feel like they're representing far more. In the same way that when Duran goes into to the ring against Leonard, he's not representing himself anymore, and he's probably not even representing Panama. He's representing all of Latin America, and Leonard's representing the US and the whole history of those two things. And that's why I love boxing. When Teddy Atlas, first time we met him, and he was talking about it, he was saying boxing is a metaphor for life. And I was like, wow, I love that as an expression. Is it really true? But the more I worked on the project, the more I realized that, I think there's a ring of truth to it.
One last question. We have about a minute left in the segment. Tell me about your favorite part of this documentary. What's the favorite part or the favorite story or anecdote that you have from this 4-part documentary series?
Oh, it's so hard. It's like having to choose between your children. But I loved so much of it, and a lot of it that ended up on the cutting room floor. We had some moments where the boxing intertwines with politics and the cultural backdrop. And there was a section where after the Reagan attempted assassination, then you come back to the boxers and then you show how violence permeates through modern society. That was one of my favorite bits, which we cut. I still can't quite remember why. And but I love. One of the things I think probably my favorite moment is at the end of episode 1. And it was something that I never imagined people would let us keep in the show, where we just stop for a moment and just discuss, like, why do people box? Should they box? Mm-hmm. What is it that's so glorious about it? What is it that's so devastating about it? And that's probably my favorite moment.
Hey, Matt, thank you for joining us today. That's Matt Whitecross, the director of the 4-part documentary series on Showtime called The Kings. It debuts this Sunday at 7 p.m. Hey, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Sorry for the technical hiccups.
Hey, no worries, man. Thank you for being on the show. When we come back, we're going to put a bow on the show. This is The Blitz on 1250 ESPN, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
Scenic Views, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Every Friday on The Blitz, tune in as we get you ready for the sports weekend. What's on? Big games, intriguing matchups, how to watch them, and more. Scenic Views by Twin Peaks, every Friday on The Blitz.
Summertime means grilling time, but before you fire up that grill, get into Tri-County Meat Market, because a great meal starts with great meat. Tri-County Meat Market is locally owned and full service. They have carefully selected certified prime Angus beef cuts, Wagyu, and upper choice. Quinn, you don't even have to put mustard on this steak. It is so good.
They've got everything you need: beef, chicken, pork, fajitas, poppers, and more, including their very own homegrown Wagyu. You get that at the Huebner locale. And remember, either location, stock up on their 5 for $25. It'll fill your cupboard and fill your fridge for an entire week. Tri-County offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. Head out to either one of their great locations, Ralph Fair Road or over on Huebner. Go check out their website, tricountymeat.com. Hey, this is Rob for Service First AC and Plumbing. All of us like to have a guy in the business, somebody that we know that we can rely on when something goes bad for something specific like our air conditioning and plumbing. And that's Service First and AC. My guy in the plumbing, and they should be yours. So much so that I want you to put their phone number in your phone. 210-521-1500. 210-521-1500. You put that in your phone. That means one button means you have emergency success when something goes bad at your home or your office. If your AC goes down or your plumbing breaks, that is an emergency above all things. And that's what Service First AC and Plumbing does. They specialize in emergency AC and plumbing. 24/7, 365. Service First AC Plumbing as the fastest service and same-day service calls you're going to find in our city. Fast, reliable, proactively, and most importantly, trusted. Service First AC and Plumbing. They're my guy in the AC and plumbing business. They will be yours. You'll find out when you make that call, because it's San Antonio. It's hot now, and it's only getting hotter. It's not a matter of if, but when your AC or your plumbing will break. Service First AC and Plumbing is standing by, waiting for your call right now. Call Service First AC and Plumbing when you need them. Have them on the plan, and they will be there when you need them. 210-521-1500. The website, ServiceFirstACTX.com. Check out all those 5-star reviews. Call Service First AC and Plumbing, and I know you'll thank me later.
If you're a bacon lover, I've got great news for you. This is Michael Kilbasa with Kilbasa Smoked Meats. Our authentic dry-cured bacon is now available at grocery stores near you. We make it the old-fashioned way with the finest pork bellies in our legendary spice blend. We don't pump it full of water or chemicals like other brands. All you get is thick, savory slices of delicious bacon. I hope you'll give it a try. And if it's not the best bacon you've ever eaten, I'll give you your money back. Kielbasa Smoked Meats, slow crafted in Texas since 1949.
Howdy, San Antonio. Chip Ingram from the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, inviting you to come out and enjoy patio season. We have newly remodeled patios, garage doors, and everything else you need to enjoy this great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks. Happy hours daily from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And our kitchen is open from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. See you soon at the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant at 281 and Redland Road.
Do you have chronic joint pain, knees hurting, hips aching? It's time to think about an exciting new way to treat joint pain with biologic therapies, regenerative solutions. I'm talking about QC Kinetics. Hey, it's James Pledger. The old traditional treatments like steroids and surgery have given way to new treatments that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. QC Kinetics is the leader in this novel approach to joint pain. Patients rave about the long-lasting results. These natural, restorative options can actually help your body heal and repair itself. If you have arthritis, lower back pain, shoulder, hips, or knee pain, you need to change the way you think about pain treatments and discover these biologic therapies at QC Kinetics. Get moving again with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics now in Hollywood Park and Westover Hills to learn more. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Regenerative, restorative, real pain relief. 210-571-0318.
All right, is that a Q2 or a Q3 expense?
Dwayne's CPA went MIA.
Nah.
To keep his books and his sanity, he needs to find a replacement ASAP.
Hey, Johnny, have you ever heard of a fungible good?
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I always try to time that. It is Friday. It is Friday. The show is wrapping up a little bit early. We end at 6:30 because of Texas Rangers baseball. My name is Michael Jimenez, joined by Quinn Hudson. We host the Sunday Sports Grill on Sundays from 11 to 1, talking about sports, pop culture, and all things nostalgic. Hey, Pledge, dude, that last segment that we had Matt Whitecross, the director of the Four Kings documentary, I was worried the entire time that, because we had a little bit of difficulties because he was trying to call in and he was on hold for a little while. And I'm wondering, was he on hold when I said, "You sound like you're from London"?
Or any other derogatory thing you said about English people?
It was the entire interview. I was thinking to myself that he probably
fancy
heard
of
that.
Dish of fish and chips.
We've talked way too much about Paul Rudd and Will Ferrell today, but awesome. Hey, I've had a great time today.
Misa like Premier League soccer.
See, this is the downside of being in any pop culture reference when there's very few black characters.
Yeah.
You always worry about being likened to it. And in Star Wars, you really don't have a lot, until Finn came into the story. But before Finn, it was Lando or Jar Jar Binks.
Wait, Jar Jar's African American or what?
I don't want to go into the stereotypes, but I'll just say he had dreadlocks. And I'll leave it there. We'll leave the broken English from whatever planet he was from.
I learned something new every day.
No, seriously, they were Gungans.
They were Gungans?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, congratulations to all the graduates this weekend. A bunch of people are graduating from high school. My son graduates from Brennan High School. He walks the stage tomorrow at 6:30.
Congratulations.
My daughter graduates on Monday, walks the stage for Communications Arts / Taft High School.
Awesome.
So I've got 2 graduations and 2 dinners to pay for. So that's going to be fantastic. But thank you to everybody for that. Hey, real quick, because it's graduation, it's the time of the year, I want to know, what were you guys like in high school? So Quinn, when you were 18 years old, Who was Quinn Hudson at 18? Were you a jock? Were you a dork? Were you a nerd? Who were you at 18?
Okay, this is tough. I'll be quick with it, right? So I was in the choir, played sports. I was also in the chess club. I was kind of a nerdy.
Chess club says it all. Pledge you.
And you just ratted yourself out.
You ever seen the movie Lucas?
Yeah.
I'm the black version of Lucas. There you go.
I'm very similar to what I am now. I was loud, out there, probably more hyper than I am now. I played sports, of course, and I was always goofing around. So high school graduation, I did the fake trip up the stairs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I've always been a proud dork. That is who I am. I've been a dork since I was probably 7th or 8th grade or so. I was in high school band for a couple of years. I played trumpet. I was a varsity tennis player for 4 years. I was
one time in band camp.
Yeah, that's right. I was a dork, but I was kind of outgoing and outspoken, and I always dated above my weight class in the sense that they were always more attractive than me. So I always had a little bit of luck when it came to that, but still a dork nonetheless.
Nice. Always, man.
Choir. Alto, soprano, baritone. What were you?
Tenor.
He was in chess. That's what he was.
You loved Queen's Gambit, didn't you?
Oh, outstanding movie.
Of course you did.
Look, hey, by the way, I was the movie Pretty in Pink.
Yeah.
Ducky, very similar to my style.
There you go.
Ducky, because I was kind of cool, but nerdy, not cool.
I like that. I like that. Hey, well, thank you for everyone for joining us. We had a blast filling in today. Our show, Sunday Sports Grill, starts. It's on Sunday from 11 to 1. I will be on the Saturday Morning Hangover with James Pledger tomorrow.
Therapy couch is open, baby.
That's right, baby. I'm looking forward to it. My mentor, love you, man. Thank you for the selfie. This has been The Blitz on 1250 ESPN, 94.5 FM, and on ESPNSA.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Dad does a lot for the family, so let's tell him thanks by giving him $1,000 for Father's Day. ESPN San Antonio is helping